my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, said you gon' pull up then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out touch down, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit, I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah, said you gon' pull up then settle it, yeah, I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out step in it, yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here, watch out touch down, pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now, have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that, big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that, work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that, had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that, yeah.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. He is Jason, the chosen one. I am Greg, a legend in my own mind, and apparently I'm also Captain Petty. Jay, what's going on with you, bro?
Nothing much, Captain Petty. Nothing
Captain
much.
Petty. I wear that badge. So, we just dropped that video about Terence Crawford, and we'll get to that in a minute. I want to touch on Rolly Romero first, but
Yo, boy.
somebody in the comment section, they said, I can't remember who it was, said, "Boy, y'all ain't shit." And I'm like, haven't we told y'all on multiple occasions that neither one of us are I tell him all the time he ain't shit. He tells me all the time that I'm not shit, and we've agreed with that. So it is what it is. What's going on, chat? We got Levi Anthony in the building. What's going on, Chi-Town? We got Adrian Molina. What's going on? Who else we got in the building? TZ Frank.
Javier
What's going
Sanchez.
on with you? Javier Sanchez. What's going on? Let the
begin,
pettiness begin. No mercy. Absolutely. So let's start off first, though, by giving shout out to our sponsors. So number one, we got Rock Dog Interactive. Rock Dog, they do everything, man. I mean, if you're talking about setting up your website, graphic design, getting into what's the new thing that everybody's doing now, Jason? The virtual cards and all that stuff. They call it in something. I can't recall what it is right now, but they do everything, man. Go check them out. And then of course, Black Father Figures with our guy, the League of Legacy, man. He is our guy. He's doing terrific work in terms of just Black fathers and making sure that we have recognition out in our communities and things of that nature. And he has a cruise coming up later on this year. And again, we got to get him on at some point, Jay, for him to talk about that cruise that he has coming up. But yeah. So and we have a new sponsor coming. I'm just waiting for the product to get here. Hopefully it'll be here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm actually traveling for a little bit. So but we will have our new sponsor up here very soon. All right, Jay. Man, I don't like to take too long to hop right into it. I'm gonna go ahead though and give Miss Trotty some love. What's going on with you in track, man? What's up with you? Salute. Jay, last night, Rolly Romero, completely and utterly disappointed in what I saw there last night. Trackman, it's official. Rolly Romero is the face of boxing. That may be the case, but it's definitely not in the way that we would hope, right? We did a video basically saying that Rolly Romero would be good for 140 pounds. And I still believe that because he's a talker, right? He talks. But last night was a black eye for both Rolly Romero and boxing. I don't know what the fuck Tony Weeks was thinking, but there's no way they should have stopped that fight, bro. Barroso did not appear to be that hurt. He got caught when they got into that initial exchange. He fought back. Actually, let me pause. The knockdown wasn't even a knockdown. He pushed him.
No, it was a push.
It was a push. It wasn't even a real knockdown. And I was surprised that Tony Weeks allowed that, or at least called it a knockdown, considering what we saw. He was right there. He saw it. But now we know why he allowed it to be a knockdown, right? So Barroso fought back that entire round. And even when he stopped it, Barroso had thrown a 2-punch combination and he landed. So it was amazing to me that he actually stopped that fight. I don't know what's going on with Tony Weeks. Bad look. I don't know if it's just Vegas odds. I don't know if it's because he's tied with Mayweather or whatever. And that's not to say that Mayweather Promotions had anything to do with that fight materializing in the way that it did. But at the same time, it gives people ammo, Jay, to make those claims. Period. End of story. You can say whatever it is you want to say, but it does give people ammo to make those claims. So, Jay, what's your thoughts on that? I can't believe it. I really can't.
Man, Grandpa was putting his hands on Rolly like his daddy should have.
I know.
He was giving it to him. He was winning that fight. I don't care. He was winning the fight at the stoppage, and that stoppage was bullshit. If I'm Barroso's team, I'm protesting. I'm trying to file a complaint to try to have this a rematch or dubbed a no contest because that was bullshit. Any good.
It was bullshit, but won't do him any good.
It was bullshit, man. This guy, I mean, I don't like when any referees or judges get in the way of these fighters' chances to be, win a championship, and it's messing with their bag, man. This guy is 75 years old. He might not get. He's not gonna get another chance. You know what I'm saying? It was bullshit. Tony Weeks should be ashamed of himself. He's a decent ref for the most part, but this right here, this is some bullshit, man. Straight up bullshit.
Yeah. And Jay, as the fight started, I was on your phone like immediately. For those of you who do not know, because I don't think I mentioned this last night when we did our video, Jay, but between the first and second round, I actually wrote up a video that stated Rolly Romero knocked out even though he was the heavy favorite. And I sent it to you, Jay, for you to read it literally in round 2. That's how bad Rolly looked to me. He looked like trash to me. Now I heard them say that.
Favorite fighter, though.
I said I wasn't gonna cuss you out on this one. I said I was not gonna cuss you out on this episode. So, Rolly Romero and his team claimed that their whole game plan was to make Barroso work and use lateral movement to tire him out. Barroso didn't look tired to me. And
he wasn't tired at all.
Exactly. And all Barroso did was throw really a straight left up top or to the body. That's really all he did. And he was effective just doing that. Rolly, although I love his mouthpiece, he is highly limited. Go ahead, Jay.
Now T Word made a good point that Tony Weeks did. He let Morrell, he hospitalized the guy he fought in the last fight that Tony Weeks refereed. So that could be part of Tony Weeks being like trying to stop it, because he looked at dude. He's like, well, Barroso is beating Rolly ass, but it might just take one shot to put 75-year-old fighter in the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. So someone said that, or that's just your thought
about which part? The first part is from T Ward talking about Tony Weeks he refereed a fight with David Morrell where the dude got hospitalized. So that could have made Tony Weeks, extra cautious. I saw something else talking about since it's in Vegas, someone else was injured in Vegas in a fight. So, they're just really on like high alert. But that wasn't the case last night because Barroso wasn't in jeopardy in trouble like that.
No, he wasn't.
Not at all.
He wasn't.
Not at all.
Then you know how many fights we stop if we're using that as the new gauge? I mean, what is this, the fucking NBA now? Like, I mean, come on, bro. You can't stop a fight where a fighter is still fighting back.
The fight shouldn't have been stopped. The fight shouldn't have been stopped at all. If that's what Tony Weeks is using as logic, or he's gun shy, well, he shouldn't be refereeing, and he should stop refereeing if he's having issues with that and being concerned about that. Which is, I get it. You're worried about someone's life and whatnot because it's in your hands to stop the fight or let the fight permit. But if you have questionable judgment now after dealing with a situation, you shouldn't referee no more.
Yeah. Rolly, he was not prepared for that fight. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't train, but Clarissa Shields said it best, and she actually echoed, Jay, what you were saying before she even tweeted that. What the hell is Bullet talking about in the corner saying, that's it? That's it. We're there. Keep it going. You're there. What the fuck are you talking about, Rolly? Rolly looks like trash, bruh. Unless it was your idea for him to get continuously hit with a straight left hand and not be able to counter it, take a half a step back and counter a straight left hand. That's all the guy's doing.
Bruh. Bullet is the worst. He is the worst.
Yeah, he didn't do himself he didn't do himself any favor in this fight. It was clear for me right at the beginning that Rolly looked better against Tank because he had the size and reach advantage, and also because Tank is a slow starter. I think, at least I'm going to speak for me because maybe this isn't the case for everybody else, but I will speak for me. I think it gave me the perception that Rolly was a little bit better and more dangerous than I thought he actually was. And instantly last night when I saw Barroso, because I'm always big, Jay, I say stuff like, I need to see fighters next to each other and stuff like that. I didn't see their weigh-in. I like to see fighters next to each other because it tells me something, right, about how a fighter's game plan has to play out in order for him to be successful. when I saw Barroso in that ring, I'm like, oh, he's the same height and he got a longer reach. I like, oh, Rolly's in trouble. As soon as they started to like move, it's like, oh, Rolly's in trouble. By mid-round, I was on your phone saying, yo, this dude might get knocked out. And by in the middle of the round 1 and 2, I wrote up the doggone video for the KO. That's how confident I was that Rolly was going to get knocked out based off how he was performing just in round 1. He was awful.
He got dropped in round 2.
He was awful. So I don't know, man. He won,
bad.
but he lost.
His foot placement was bad. Like we talked about offline about how bad Rolly's foot placement is. His feet are horrible for boxing. I was waiting for him to actually end the fight because he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, you said that on multiple occasions.
Yeah, you saw his foot placement was horrible. That lead left foot was rolling all over the place. He was always off balance. So I mean, Rolly's trainer Bullet is trash. Absolute trash. Rolly's camp is trash. Rolly got dropped in sparring. We usually don't say too much about sparring, but he kept saying after the fight, this guy could crack. This guy could crack. This same dude lost by KO to someone else that was on the undercard that fought Kenneth Sims, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all let me know in the chat if I'm correct on that. I'm pretty sure I am, but I can't remember the guy's name. But yeah, so I mean, Rolly's trash, man. And he's also after the fight, he's calling out Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, why?
Right. Ryan Garcia smokes him like a blunt.
But it's just for money. But I'm like, well, I'm not calling out anyone for one. Even if I get a gift decision, a gift win, I'm a champion. I'm not calling out someone that just lost. And it makes you look even weaker. I'm calling out the champs. I want Regis. I want Matias. I want Josh Taylor. He's not doing that. He's looking for the cash cow, and as far as 140, it'll probably be him and Ryan. That'll be a decent fight money-wise, but no one wants to see that shit. No one's clamoring for that shit. No one cares.
Exactly. So, man, let's go to the chat real quick, man. Harrison Brooks, facts, Greg. I said the same thing. The old man was big. Yep. Rolly 100% trash from Mr. Vegas. Who else we got here? Rolly and his trainers are cheeks. Rolly regressed big time. Needs another trainer. I don't know if he regressed tunnel vision. I think that just was him, and he just had certain advantages over Tank. Plus the fact that Tank is a slow starter that made that fight play out a little bit longer than what it. Man, if Tank was the same size as Rolly, that fight would have ended in a round. Anyway, I agree. It should have said something about unifying. You guys are dead on about Rolly. C fighters at best. Bullet is big trash. Yeah, man. He's just. I hate to call a trainer trash, man, but he's not good.
He's trash.
Man.
I don't hate
He's
it.
not good.
It is what it is. He was trash before. He was trash now. He's gonna be trash in the future.
Damn. You cold-blooded motherfucker, ain't you? All right, man. We got 81 people in the building, 35 likes. If you get the opportunity, please hit the like button. Or if you don't like the content, please hit the dislike button. But make sure that you're engaging with the content. Also, subscribe button, lower right-hand corner. Make sure you tap on that if you're new to the channel. We are always dropping content, documentaries, short videos, long videos, lives, you name it, we do it. So make sure you come on and join the family. Jay, anything else we want to cover? I saw somebody mention, did we see Bullet get into it with a woman from the Barroso team?
Two ladies, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Jason told me about it. Jay, you got any thoughts on that?
Just reiterates Bullet is just trash, man. Rolly should go back to judo. Get out of boxing, take your ass back to judo, man.
So you saying he needs to just go, he need to give up boxing and go to the UFC?
Give it the damn belt. Go to UFC or go down some other shit.
He go to UFC, he gonna get his ass bust there too.
He gonna get his ass bust here too. If he fight anyone, if anyone would try to get a fight with him like Regis is gonna hurt that boy.
Boy, you think Regis
is gonna hurt that boy?
You think Regis gonna boy? You fucking love Regis Prograis, boy. Damn.
So he want hurt Rolly?
Yeah, he will, but damn, you say that every time anybody in the ring. Man, Regis gonna kill him. Regis kill him. Regis gonna kill that boy. Regis gonna kill him.
I said about Tio.
Man, you say that about anybody that's fighting Regis Prograis.
Lies.
Okay, I'm gonna start pointing that shit out. You say that shit by anybody that's fighting Regis Prograis.
Lies.
Man, fuck. Okay. Anyway,
What?
so what's the next topic? I told myself I wasn't gonna curse you out on this live. People been in the comment section saying I abuse you and it's not right. So I want to be kind today. It's Mother's Day, man. It's all love. What's the next topic, bro? Anything? Or first of all, anything else we want to check off on this?
On Rolling, nah.
Okay. Where do you want to go next?
Rolling. I mean, that's your favorite fighter, but I mean nothing else. So it's cool. Now let's go to let's go to your boy Keith. Your boy
Have you
Keith.
told everybody in the comment section that you got replacement kneecaps?
You really trying to make me go to that dark place, aren't you?
I told you to leave me alone. I told you to leave me alone. I'm trying to be nice. Leave me alone. Okay, go to the next one. What's your next topic?
Chat, y'all see how you trying to take me to a dark spot, right?
I ain't trying to take you nowhere. I told you to leave me alone. Hey, go to the next topic, man. What's the next topic?
Yo, so your boy Keith. Keith said EJ should thank him for not fighting him back in the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He said, listen, at that point in time, Errol Spence was a nobody. And Errol Spence did respond saying, please stop listening to that goofy or talking to that goofy, one of them. I like Keith Thurman. Let me preface my comments by saying I really like Keith Thurman. He is from your neck of the woods. Y'all both from the same city. And at the end of the day, man, I think he's good from y'all all from the same city, man. It's Tampa Bay. Y'all all from the same shit. I don't know why you keep trying to make it seem like it's something different. Anybody in the chat from Florida, it's all the same shit. Tampa Bay. So what's included in Tampa Bay? What's included in Tampa Bay?
That surrounding area. I'm from the city of
Tampa. Okay, Tampa Bay. Y'all all from the same area. Man, stop. Oh, it's just like the Bay Area. It's like the Bay Area. When people say the Bay Area, they say San Francisco, Oakland. They know what it is. It's all the same shit. So in this case, Tampa Bay is all the man. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all,
we say the Bay
twins.
Area, yes.
Y'all twins. Y'all twins. Y'all all act alike. It is what it is. So Keith Thurman, I think Keith Thurman is really good for the game, right? In terms of his ability to talk. I think he's a big name at welterweight. But come on, Keith. Like, first of all, Keith talks about himself in the third person a lot, man. I think you need to really get to like that next level to talk about yourself in the third person. I know like The Rock did it back in the day when he was in WWE, and he was really at that next level in terms of sports entertainment. And we know Floyd Mayweather did it because Floyd was at the pinnacle of the sport, but Keith Thurman is not at the pinnacle of sports. Please stop referring to yourself in the third person, Keith. And again, I like Keith Thurman. He's from Florida. I'm from Florida. And he's from Jason's hometown. They like neighbors. But at the end of the day, he got to really focus on getting back in the ring, being productive, and stop. He got to stop talking about Errol Spence in this way, talking about Errol is, thankful. He should be thankful. No, Errol was a name at the point in which Errol was calling him out. Now, Errol did call him out before he had a title, but at the end of the day, Errol was always a name at welterweight. And yeah, is the fight bigger today probably than then? Probably, because Errol's had several fights since then, and he's now the face of 147 pounds. So of course the fight is bigger today. But yeah, he doesn't have anything to thank him for. I'm not feeling that. King Snoop, appreciate you, man. Regis is gonna lose to Tank Davis in the future. It might be the case. What's your thoughts on that, Jay?
I mean, Keith just doing what Keith needs to do to try to get back in the limelight. Since he's been quiet, he was on radio silence for a while. Him saying that, he put it to the point where Keith did EJ a favor by not fighting him. Now EJ should fight him because EJ's gonna make more money than Keith Thurman. Duh. Keith, you ain't got no belts. EJ got 3 out of the 4 belts. You haven't been around in a while, man. You haven't been really doing much, due to injuries and various other things that you haven't been in the ring. You're not as relevant as EJ. So, of course, EJ's going to make more money than you. Right now, that's neither here nor there. Just say that, you didn't want to fight him. He was low risk, high reward. I mean, low risk, low reward, high risk for you back then. So that was all it was about.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, I feel you there, man. So just for everybody on the unknown source, since y'all want to talk about Tampa Bay, typically refers to the region on the west coast of Florida that encompasses the city of Tampa and its surrounding areas. It includes counties of Hillsborough, Pinellas, and parts of Pasco and Hernando. Clearwater is a city located in Pinellas County. So if Tampa Bay includes Pinellas and Clearwater is in Pinellas County, that means it's a part of Tampa Bay. It's all the same shit. Stop with the nonsense. Thurman is your brethren. He's your brethren. Accept him.
You know what?
Okay.
You take.
Now we on to the next topic.
Knocking out ass.
Now we on the next topic. Now I just wanted to.
Now you want to go elsewhere.
Well, why? I proved my point. I'm done. Your
point is trash. Your point is about as good as Bullitt's coaching.
No, you denying the facts. So not a facts are not right. The League of Legacy, what's going on with you, man? What's up, fellas? Hit the like and subscribe button. Bro, what are you talking about? I literally just read the definition from the internet. It's a part of your area. Tampa Bay area. It's all the same shit.
You can fight all the time. I don't give a
Okay, so you're gonna claim everybody, you're gonna claim Thurman, you're gonna claim every boxer from that area. Claim them. Shit.
I've never claimed any of the boxers from this area. I could claim Winky Wright, but I don't.
Yeah,
He's not from Tampa.
I don't give. It's Tampa Bay. Who gives a fuck if it's? I'm from the city of Tampa. That makes it different. No, it's no difference. It's no difference. It's all the same shit.
Your ass up.
Anyway, all right, man. Go ahead, bro. What you were saying?
He ain't really from Florida.
Who ain't from Florida? Man, if you don't shut the fuck up. Anyway, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Anyway, go ahead.
So, this is a good one for you here. To add to your pettiness, Keith Thurman said, not really impressed with Bud.
He shouldn't be. Like, now, this is where Keith has a fair point, in my opinion. Chat, you can tell me if you think that I'm wrong. But all he was saying was that when you look at his resume at welterweight, the only real victory that he has is against Sean Porter. And I actually disagree with that. I think Mean Machine was a good win, but Virgil Ortiz kicked his ass too. So, I mean, it is what it is. But Sean Porter, he said that wasn't the best version of Sean Porter that we've seen in the ring, regardless of what the announcers on ESPN would have us to believe, which I totally agree with him. I thought Keith Thurman, since he talks about himself in the third person, would obviously say that it was the Sean Porter that was in the ring with him that was the best version of Sean Porter we've ever seen. But he actually said the best version of Sean that we've seen is the one that faced Errol Spence. Now, part of that is because of the style that Errol Spence chose to fight that night. And we can go down that topic. We can go into that topic if you want to after that, Jay, about wanting to knock him out. But at the end of the day, I think Errol could have made that fight a lot easier for himself. But Sean did some really good things in the ring versus Errol in terms of like feigning and trying to offset what Errol does with his jab. So I thought that was interesting. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, he ain't lie about it, but it's just right now I really think that if he's not going to be fighting, but I want him talking about the people that he's actually going to have a chance of possibly fighting. We know that he's a mandatory for EJ. We know that he would have probably already fought EJ had EJ not getting in that accident last winter, So I think EJ is fair to talk about. I think Boots, people around that weight class, he could actually be fighting. Should be someone he should be talking about. I mean, Bud, it's a nothing burger to me, honestly. It brings no value to it, except for to be petty about Bud, which is always fun to do at times.
Yeah, I mean, we're not petty towards Bud. I mean, I don't really feel like we're really petty towards him. And I mean, a lot. So sometimes, but not occasionally, but not really. Most of what we say is just hardcore facts. And then sometimes we like to have a little fun with Terence Crawford, like we had with our video earlier today, Jay. I guess that's a great segue. We can either go down that path or we could talk about the fact that Errol mentioned that he wanted to, go in there for the knockout. I'm going to leave it up to you, man. It's your world, man. I'm just a squirrel. But before you go there, I'm going to give you a little time to get to that point. We have 121 people in the building. We got 54 likes. If you like what you're hearing, people, please hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button, but make sure that you are engaging with that content. And also, if you are new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media. We are always dropping content, short video clips, documentaries. We do live streams. We do fight breakdowns. We do it all. Come be a part of the family and enjoy the content that we drop on a regular basis. All right, Jay, I gave you about 30 seconds, man. I know you needed that time to really make up your mind, man. So what path do you want to go?
Go ahead and talk about EJ talking about his camp saying that he could feel like he's going for the KO versus Bud.
Yeah, this is a good one, man. And then we can circle back to the video that we made earlier. But
yeah.
So the one thing, Jay, I can say about the live stream, the thing I like about it is that it gives us the opportunity to clarify some things. And I don't know if they really need to be clarified, to be quite honest with you, Jay. I think it's more so sometimes people kind of run with their own understanding of what we're saying versus what we actually say. So a lot of people kind of came in the comment section, and it came in a way where it was like we were saying that Errol couldn't get the knockout. And if he tried to get the knockout, he would get knocked out. It's not what we were saying. We were saying he needed to be the same Errol Spence that we've seen in the last several fights outside of the version that we saw versus Sean Porter, because I didn't like that version because that version was looking for a knockout. And I think that was part of the reason why that fight was more competitive than what it needed to be. Now, when you think about Terence Crawford, Crawford is a counter puncher. I was looking at some of Crawford's videos probably about a couple of weeks ago to kind of see, this is around the time where I really thought the fight was going to happen, to see how Errol would attack him, and just kind of refresh my memory, because I know we did a breakdown, but I want to refresh my memory about some of the things I see from Terence Crawford. And Crawford is highly adept at catching opponents coming in if they're being overly aggressive, and he tries to use kind of like this check hook in order to catch the opponent. And he's so rangy that he can throw from ranges where his opponent can't return fire. Now, if you want to make the argument that Terence Crawford has that ability because of the opponents that's been across the ring from him, I won't argue that 1 second. I totally agree with you. But at the end of the day, he's still a counterpuncher that has been able to clip all of the opponents that he's faced at 147 pounds. It's just not the right approach. That was my point. If Errol's the same Errol, fighting behind that jab, taking angles to get on the inside, and then doing that masterful work that he does on the inside, because there's nothing that Terence, as good as people think Terence Crawford is from the outside, Errol Spence is just as good from the inside, period. So once Errol gets on the inside, man, he's going to go to work. So that was my thought. Be the same Errol Spence, use that jab, fight behind that jab, vary that jab, right? Parry the jab, vary the jab, and make sure that you are you're just being smart as you attack Crawford, because he's looking for you to attack and looking for something to counter. It's just that simple. Jay, let me just give Aaron Muhammad some love. Salute AM Sports. Y'all got me cracking up. If there's pettiness in Bud's life, he bought and paid for it with his double ducking ass. Ooh. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that $5, man. Appreciate it. Jay, what's your thoughts on what I just said?
No, I mean, I agree with you as far as, we just say that Spence would just be the same old Spence. The knockout will come with what he does. He punishes you. He beats you into submission. He's never been like a one punch knockout artist like that. So I mean, I think Spence would just be the normal Spence, punish the body and make it, and just pretty much slowly snatch his soul away from him, what he's been doing to other fighters for a long time. So that should be the game plan. Dolphin Time said Bud stops any welter, elite fighters, and bums. He hasn't fought an elite fighter at welter ever.
Has he ever has he ever fought an elite fighter in his career? Who was elite in his career that he fought? I can't think of a fighter that I would think is but Postal went on Postal lost 60% of his fights after he fought Terence Crawford, so he was never that good.
I'm clowning. I'm just clowning like Dolphin Time clowning. I mean, I get it.
Porter's not a bum. Porter's not a bum, Dolphin Time, but he's certainly not elite. And he certainly wasn't elite in that fight either. Even his poppy said he wasn't.
Yeah, his
So
dad said he was questioning about Porter's training up into the to they actually got into the ring. He was worried
JV,
about Porter, but Porter wasn't
man,
doing what he's supposed to be doing in
J,
training.
JV about to set me off. You know I've been pissed about people trying to throw Gamboa up. Fucking Gamboa was elite at 126 pounds.
No,
He fought Terence Crawford.
He was just too small.
But he fought. But that's the point. When he fought him, he wasn't elite at that weight class. He was elite at 126. At 130 and 135, I believe in his prior 2 fights, he actually had been dropped in his prior 2 fights before he fought Terence Crawford. He was not elite at 135. Period.
Yeah. That's just, yeah. But the end of the story is that we're saying that we know Bud is a counterpuncher. EJ trying to do something that EJ is not. That's how any boxer tries to do something that they are not, they're going to usually lose that battle. That's going to work into Bud's plan. If EJ tries to out Bud or just goes in and just tries to knock him out, that's not EJ's game. He should just stay how he is. So, but the fight hasn't happened, hasn't been signed, so that's neither here nor there. Now, on that same vein, EJ did tweet about saying that I feel like I'm being played. Played by who? Bud, Al, Keith, and I'm not gonna go any further than that. I'm gonna leave it at just those.
Yeah, leave it at that because I don't know, man. People can't. We needed a 4th option, guys. Jesus Christ, people were just upset because we gave him a 4th option. It has to be Terence Crawford. Now, people want to go down this whole Al. You know, so he's talking about Al, the guy that he said he's never going to leave, the guy they said he's always going to do business with. There's not going to be a fight without Al Heyman. That guy, the guy that no one has complained about yet, and even Adrian Broner, who has tried to make some complaints in the past. We know in reality, most of that is tied to his
own doing.
I don't even know how to explain what Adrian Broner's been doing, so I don't want to go there. At the end of the day, Al Heyman makes no sense, and you gotta be really reaching, man, and making some really big assumptions in order to do that. Now, it's a possibility that he wasn't talking about Terence Crawford either. If you take the information, Jason, that we receive, Jackie Hernandez, thank you for the $4.99. We love you too, man. Thank you for your support.
Much appreciated.
If you take the information, Jason, that we have heard, and this is recent information, like the July 29th date, we heard that date like almost 3.5 weeks ago, right? And it went to, I think it hit Twitter like, what was that, like a week or so ago?
Sean T.
If you listen to the information that is out there currently, it would suggest that he wasn't talking about Terence Crawford either. Just the information that we've heard. But I mean, who knows? Who really knows? I don't know. Because, man, some of this information is delayed that you hear. Some of it changes. It's really hard to know. If I had to guess, though, it's Terence. If it's anybody, it's Terence Crawford. But I don't truly know. I mean, it's just so much. This fight is just crazy to me. It's been taking like a year for it to be made. On and off, I understand that. But, damn, it doesn't take that long to negotiate a fight. So, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, Jay. What's your thoughts on that? Do you believe he's talking about Terence Crawford? And bounce that off of what we've consistently heard over the last few days. Now, again, that information could be trailing, but what's your thoughts?
I think it's Bud. I mean, he just did an interview with his girlfriend talking about how they're still talking and everything, stuff like that. It's not Al, not at all. Not at all, I don't believe. It's not Keith. He already addressed Keith in that other tweet talking about Goofy. So I think It's Bud. But I mean, everyone's just tired of this ongoing process between the two fighters. He should have tweeted out he felt being played, back in November. And so back then, he should have just tweeted that I feel like I'm being played, which he was, because the old boy went backdoored him with Dave Avenesian. That's some playing ass shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's when you really were played. So he probably said, all right, I ain't mad at you getting your money. I just don't like the way you went about it. Just let me know if that's what you want to do. Go right ahead and do it. Ain't no thing. So I think he's seeing the writing on the wall again. I think he's been on the shelf for too long, and he's ready to fight. He really just wants to really be undisputed, but he needs to go ahead and let that go in a sense, unfortunately, if this shit don't happen soon.
Man, let me pause and apologize. Jackie Hernandez, did I call Jackie Hernandez a man? I am so sorry because I know that you're a woman. I don't know why I said that. What did I say? Shit, I am so sorry.
Jackie, Brian S. got a point. He did just learn how to pronounce Bob Arum.
I did. I now know it's Arum. And Jay, fuck you for that. Brian S., I love you regardless, but Jason, I can always tell you a big fuck you. Anyway, Jackie, my apologies. I don't know how I said that because I was literally looking at her picture and was like, oh, Jackie Hernandez. I know exactly who she is. I don't know why I said that. My apologies. Jay, where were we? We were talking about. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought.
EJ being played, saying that he felt like he was played in that tweet.
Okay.
You know, who was it about? Who was it in reference to? You
So
know?
hopefully, see, that's what I'm talking about right here, man.
EJ's very cryptid. He's very cryptid. What?
No, these dudes, man. I told you. Didn't I tell you they cooked me for any and everything? 619, Bob Arum. Hey, listen, guys. To me, it should be pronounced Bob Arum. I mean, that makes more sense to me. It's not Arum. Arum. That sounds like you need like 2 R's, right? It should be Arum, right? Arum. Don't you agree, Jason? Man, fuck you. Anyway, what's the next topic?
You gonna crash and burn on that one by yourself. But he can say Barroso very good. Barroso.
Barroso. I got that. I got that one. Barroso. I got that one. Boy, I say that one with authority. The rest of them, I fuck them up. Anyway, go ahead, man.
Oh, man. So, now this is interesting because it's a fight coming up this Saturday with Loma and Devin. And this is regarding Tank's team saying that they think Tank will KO Loma within 2 rounds. What's your take on that?
Cap. And that's even if Lomachenko was in front of him. I don't think I struggle to believe that he just get Lomachenko out of there in 2 rounds. Now, Lomachenko didn't appear to be exactly what we're accustomed to in his last fight against Ortiz. But get him out of there in 2 rounds? I mean, he's highly skilled, bro. Like, you're not going to get Lomachenko out of there in 2 rounds. So, do I have Tank winning? Yeah. But when you think about Lomachenko's skill, but also the fact that Tank is a slow starter, get him out of there in 2 rounds? Nah, I don't think so, man. Now, the one thing I will say about Tank is that he won't be at a disadvantage in terms of size in this fight. So that may help him start a little bit faster, right? But still, man, Lomachenko, man, he's a super skilled fighter, bro. So, nah, you're not going to get him out of there in 2 rounds.
No, I agree with you on that. I don't see him getting him out in 2 rounds. For one, we know Tank's a slow fighter. And a fighter is like Loma and Tank fighting together. It's going to be a chess match. Neither one's going to be stupid and be foolish to try to just hop in there right off the get-go. You know, and Tank never does that. You know, I haven't seen Tank really get someone out in the first round or second round like that and shit. I don't know, forever.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, I don't see that happen. I don't know why they would say something like that. I think Tank beats Loma, yes. But in 2 rounds, that sounds like some roly-ass clown shit they be talking. To me, personally, I don't see that happening. I mean, they fight. I mean, I hope they don't fight because Loma would have beaten Devin. And I want Devin to beat Loma. So I don't want that to happen. But if they do fight, it's not happening in 2 rounds. I don't see that happening at all.
Yeah, I feel you. Jay, let's pause here very quickly. We got 152 people in the building, 77 likes. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, guys, please hit that like button. It helps other people find this content. And if you don't like the content, hit the dislike button, but make sure that you're always engaging with the content. And also subscribe button, lower right-hand corner. Hey, if you're new to this channel, come be a part of the family. We are always dropping content on a regular basis. We do it all: fight breakdowns, documentaries, short clips, live streams. We do it all. Come be a part of the family. And shout out to Sean T, who just became a member. That's something that I don't really talk. Yeah, I don't really talk about that a lot, Jay. But the membership help us to do those documentaries, like Strap Season, the Errol Spence documentary that we did, or the documentary that we did, The Truth Behind Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. All those contributions that help us to make those videos, to pay for that software that we have to use in order to make that stuff. So think about it. It's $2.99 a month. Yeah, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it goes a long way towards helping the channel out. So think about becoming a member. Yep. All right, Jay. Anything else you want to tap in on with that topic? I know we're at 45 minutes currently, and I want to give people the opportunity to call in. I know we got another topic or two to talk about. So anything else you want to share in regards to that?
Nah. Only thing kind of along the same vein would be what I agree with B-Dog saying Haney must win that fight. Can't give Paulie the satisfaction. I don't want Paulie to get satisfaction either. I don't want that shit to happen at all.
Oh my God.
I want Paulie to eat his fucking words.
So that's one of the topics that we have that's still remaining. If you want to go there, let's go there. And then we'll wrap it up with the video that we did today, Terence Crawford. So Paulie Malignaggi, well, however many more we got, we'll get there.
More. Yeah.
So Paulie Malignaggi, what is it called? Pro Box TV or something like that?
Yeah, Pro Box TV.
So Pro Box TV, that's the show, or that's the venture that he and Tarver and Roy Jones have together. They had Chris Algieri on that show, and they talked about that fight. And I like the way that Chris Algieri stood up to Paulie Malignaggi, because Paulie is one of those types of people who does a lot of loud talking, and he thinks he can over talk you and just become loud in order to make his point. And I think he has some poor points, because they talked a little bit about Devin Haney being an avoided fighter, and what was some of the characteristics that Algieri brought up? He was rangy, the jab, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And Paulie said the types of fighters that are typically avoided are awkward and they have power. When Chris Algieri gave his description of Devin Haney and what made him avoided, he said, "Well, that's basically a description of me, and I wasn't avoided." I agree with that statement halfway, right? So yes, you weren't avoided, and no, that is not a description of you. You are not rangy. Your jab was not that effective. You weren't a big lightweight. So no, that's not a description of you. Therefore, you were not avoided. So making a comparison of himself, it's clear to me that he has a real hang up with Haney. So it's not just the hang up with Haney. Let me tell you exactly what the issue is with Paulie Malignaggi. And I've never said this anywhere else, so this is an exclusive. Paulie Malignaggi got caught up saying some shit that sounded racist back in the day. This was 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. He ended up losing whatever job he had at the time. I believe it was Showtime, or maybe it was Sky Sports. But he ended up losing that gig. And he is pissed because he felt like he said something that he should not have been criticized for. But Devin Haney has been allowed to say that he would never lose to a white boy. That is the reason why he has so much animus towards Devin Haney. I guarantee it. That's exactly why he has such a hang up and hard on. Should I say pause? For Devin Haney, period. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, that and the jealousy that Paulie has for Devin is very obvious to me, because he's mad because Devin has become everything that he couldn't.
I don't think that's it. I don't think
No. I'm thinking that's part of it. I think what you said was spot on, but I think that's part of it as well, because he looks at Devin's like, well, Devin's doesn't have tank like power. He's not knocking everybody out. He's been known to be like pillow fisted a little bit, but he's winning. He's dominant. He's winning his fight. Most of his fights, he's dominating them. Paulie didn't do that shit. No one's scared. No one's scared of Paulie. No one's scared that Paulie's going to do a lot of damage to him. Paulie still. I think what it really is. Paulie's still mad that the black man known as Sean Porter ragdolled his ass in the ring, and the other black man known as AB beat him in the fight and took his girl. That's what that all comes back down to.
I was about to say. No, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. People might take that wrong. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Go ahead, bro.
That's where I'm going with that. But no,
Yep,
Paulie used to be. I mean, Paulie could be okay with his takes at times when it's someone that he doesn't have a bone to pick with them. But something like this, he's just being outlandish about the shit on Devin, and he's just going to the personal jabs to the point. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how they're just talking about him and talking about his dad as well. So
I hear what you're saying, but I 100% believe that this has to do with him getting penalized, punished, or receiving punitive damages because of the statement that he made, and Devin Haney being allowed to make his statement and not feeling the effects of it at all. That is the reason why he's pissed at Devin Haney. That's the reason why he keeps bringing him up. That's the reason why he said, "You will lose to that white boy." That's the reason why he's saying that shit, bro. I'm telling you. That's the reason why he's pissed.
I want to see what Paulie's going to be like if Devin Haney beats Loma. No controversy. He just straight up beats Loma. I want to see if Paulie's going to be man enough to come in and be like, I was wrong about Devin.
He ain't gonna say that shit.
I want to see if he's going to do that. I don't think he will neither. He already changed the goalposts now already, so I don't think he will neither.
ATL Unanimous Boxer salute. This motherfucker took credit for making the fight. Like, they literally, shout out to Pro Box, though, for actually holding him accountable. And probably should be a politician because he wiggled his way out of that shit. They literally showed the video clip of this motherfucker saying that Devin Haney would never take that fight. And then when Haney takes the fight, he turns around and says, "Oh, well, I should be they should give me a little bit of credit." But first he said, "Oh, well, if you throw enough money, because he got this money and then he got some of Lomachenko's purse. So of course, eventually he'll take the fight if you throw enough money at." Man, you think Bob Arum throwing that much damn money at Devin Haney, that much more money that he was getting with Eddie Hearns? He ain't getting that much money, man, to make it just a no-brainer that he's going to take the fight if he didn't want to take the fight because he was afraid that he was going to lose. Man, Paulie, shut the fuck up. It's like this dude, and I like Paulie because I think he's smart, but I think he thinks he's smarter than he is. He's not as smart as he believes he is, and that's the problem. People are not dumb, and just by over-talking people and talking fast, because that's what New Yorkers do. Not all New Yorkers, but a lot of New Yorkers. You remember back in the day when we were growing up, Jay, and we were in Florida, and New Yorkers would move down, and then they would bring their kids, and their kids thought they were smarter than us because they talk faster. And then, but then you would catch those same kids cheating off your paper. Stop it. Talking fast does not make you smart. Anyway.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I'm not going to say Paulie's racist. He says some racist shit for sure at times, but it's hard. I can't go full-fledged and agree with he's saying that he's just a full-fledged racist. You know what I'm saying? He just said some racist shit. I know that sounds bad in a sense, but yeah, I don't know. I gotta see what Paulie does after this, man. See what he does after this. But anyway,
we'll see.
The only other thing I want to talk about that we didn't have on the list was about Regis Prograis. Since you talked about Regis earlier, I meant to talk about us.
No, we got two more topics because we still got to talk about the video from today. But go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So Regis signed with Matchroom. Everyone gave him shit. Said he was probably ducking Matthias, if I'm not mistaken. That's how you pronounce his name. Said he was ducking him. Kind of find out Matthias is supposedly going to Matchroom. Regis said, "Now does it make sense? Do you feel Regis going to Matchroom was the best move for him at 140 for him to get the best fights, or do you think he should have tried to go with Top Rank with two people with one person that has ducked him and T.O. not to fight him and say all this other shit about Regis, and another person that didn't give him a rematch in Josh Taylor?"
There's some fights there for him. It depends on how long he's going to be there. Top Rank probably wasn't a great move for him, but actually no. I mean, he would have had the opportunity to fight who Teofimo. Like who does Who does so?
They got Tio, and they got Josh.
Hearn's got Catterall, Hitchens. Who else do they have?
For they got Montana Love. They got Jack Catterall.
I don't know, man.
And maybe one more.
If he wants to go there, then he wins there. Whatever. I don't know. We'll see how it ends up playing out.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see how it plays. I mean, I hope he gets that the next fight. He's fighting in June. I forget who he's fighting. Oh, he's fighting Liam Pero, whatever his name is. He's like number 5, I think, in the WBA, if I'm not mistaken, on that. So we'll see how Regis looks in that one. And hopefully he gets the next 2 fights. Hopefully he gets Jack or Matias in the next one, the next 2 fights. But what's the next other talk after that?
Well, the only other thing I say about that is, just based off of all the love that you get to Regis, no matter who they put him in the ring with, he's going to destroy. He's like the Terminator in your eyes. I must break you.
Shut up, man.
Anyway, and finally, the video that we did earlier today, Terence Crawford was held up by security. People say I'm petty. I'm okay with that. I'll take being petty, Jay, because quite frankly, I am. And so I thought it was interesting when I saw that video a couple of times last night when they were talking about Terence Crawford. He just bossed up on the security guard. Like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. What I saw was a guy who felt that just his face recognition should allow him to walk past the security guard, and the security guard didn't know who the fuck he was. Whose man's is this? Period. That's what I saw, Jay. So, of course, your fight hypes and your fight hubs, they're not going to say that, man, because they are positioned, and this is no knock to them, right? They are positioned in ways where they can actually get interviews from these guys and be able to attend these fights and so forth and so on. So Ellie Setback and those types of entities, and I understand that. But for me, I always like to call it how I see it and give people what I see. And, I would rather not interview people and give my honest take on it versus, having that ability to interview them. And, so I just feel like it was clear to me that guy didn't know who the fuck Terence Crawford was. And Terence Crawford was upset that he felt like, I'm Terence Crawford. What you doing? Man, don't nobody know who the fuck you are, bro. That would have been Errol Spence walking that day. They would have just let him pass. But you? Come on, man. Nobody know who you are, bro. Come on, man. Jay, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, man. You petty as hell, as we said. The security guy was doing his job. He definitely doing his job. Terrence was feeling himself, thinking that he could just walk anywhere without, just off his facial recognition. He thought everyone knows who he is, which is bullshit.
Security guard like,
man,
what the fuck? Security guard was like, hey, bro, what you doing?
This your man?
What you doing? Terrence mad and shit, man. Man, like he's somebody. like you somebody that everybody know. This man looked like he had to be every bit of 65, 70 years old. He has probably been security for every fight over the last 2 decades in Las Vegas and still didn't know who Terence Crawford was. Had no fucking clue who he was. Who the fuck is this dude? Dude, just think he could just get up and walk by. And Terence Crawford didn't boss up. He didn't just hit somebody from the back, handed Terence Crawford his pass so he could walk by. And Buddy was like, okay, you got the pass. You can go ahead, man. All right, but Terence who? You can see Terence Crawford like, man, I'm Terence Crawford. He like, who? And he believes he should get a 50-50 split. Nobody knows you, bruh.
If dude had given that pass and that security guy had him butt up, man, I would have been done.
Oh man, I would have cried. I would have cried laughing.
I'd have been done.
I would have cried laughing if he would have just hemmed him up. If like 2 or 3 of those guys would have just came over there and hemmed him up. Like, nah, man, you can't come back. But I'm Terence Crawford. Who? Who is that? Are you with PBC? No, I'm not with PBC.
No, Greg, you know what'd been worse? If Spence had been there too, he didn't have his pass and he stopped butt.
Or no. What would have been funny if Spence would have came in and be like, nah, man, little nigga with me. Come on, bro. Oh, man, I would have cried laughing. Oh, I would have cried. Oh, man. I shouldn't have used that word, though. I'm sorry. My apologies. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Jay, we got to go ahead and open up the phone lines, man. Two petty-ass individuals, man. I didn't bring you into shit.
You better, y'all.
Yeah, you try to be better, but you ain't. Hell, you talking about? Brought me into the petty.
Now you know he looked like, bro. He looked like when you go to the club back in the day. If you have a female with you, they'll let the cats with the females walk in. You be like,
yeah,
like nah, you ain't got the clearance.
You gotta,
you gotta have one with you. Damn.
Exactly. Hey man, phones lines are now open, and we got our first caller, Jay. Let's bring him in. We got 857. I remember this phone number, but I don't quite remember who it was. We got the 857 in the building. I do remember your number, but I can't remember the name tied to it, man. Who we got?
FSU, baby.
FSU. Go Noles.
From Boston, man.
Hold up. Wait. I'm gonna do you like secure guy.
Whoa.
Wait.
What up, Jay Hood?
This your man?
Yeah. This is my man. When you say whose man's is this? This is my man's, man. We in the building. FSU's in the building, bro. You see it on the back. What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, yo, I saw the tape of that Terence Crawford thing, too. I don't think that man knew who anybody. And I'm a Spence guy. I don't think that dude knew even the boxers in the ring were.
Probably didn't, but at least knew the boxer was in the ring.
His job.
But you know what, man? At the end of the day, that may very well be true. But for the purposes of this channel, he didn't know who the fuck Terence Crawford. Nah, man. Yeah, maybe that could be possibly the case.
Hey, but get ready for this, y'all. If Devin Haney wins the fight, you're gonna hear Lomachenko was an old man and Devin waited. But if Lomachenko wins that fight, old media they gonna be calling him the bet. They're gonna say Devin Haney was Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, and Mike Tyson put together. They're gonna say, Loma might not even have to walk anymore. They might carry him.
You know what's going to happen.
I would not
like
be
that,
surprised.
Dude, they going to be talking. Remember how they took him out of the top 10 just because he's getting ready to fight Dev? Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. They took his losses away too, remember?
Now, exactly all of a sudden, he beats Devin. They going, oh, man. They may not even have a choir come out there start singing.
Man, I don't disagree with you, man. The way that they
and Paulie Malignaggi, I mean, Jay, you said that. Well, he said something racist, but I don't know if he's racist. Paulie been racist, man. It's like you can, as soon as he starts talking, you know he's racist.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. You know,
listen to some of the stuff he says when he critiques black fighters.
Yeah.
I need to pay more attention to him because I can definitely get.
I just don't know how Roy can sit up there and let him do it. Like I'm like, what the hell is this?
No, and Tarver.
Yeah, but
Tarver from Tampa, so not surprising.
Tarver from Orlando.
He doesn't claim it.
But but Terence being at the fight last night might be a good omen, man. We might get it, you know.
I said the same thing, man, because he had a pass, right? So you obviously would have gotten it from either Showtime or PBC. So maybe that is a good sign. I mean, we've heard things in the background that sounds like they're positive, but, you know, we learned our lesson by
and all us Arrow fans, if Terence does take the fight and win, we better give him flowers on flowers.
If Terence wins the fight?
Yeah, if he wins, we got to give him his props, man. We can't, because we've been dogging him for the longest, and I have too.
Yeah.
I give him respect. He wins.
Yeah,
cool.
this show won't be on the air. If this show won't be on the air for 4 straight weeks if he win. I cannot deal with Terence Crawford fans.
Your phone line is gonna be blowing up if he wins.
Man, I am not dealing with that shit. I won't. Phone lines are out. Show is off the air for the next 4 weeks. No, man. I mean, it's not like we have said to ourselves that we believe that there's no way that Terence Crawford. We've said on multiple occasions that this is a 50-50 fight. We just think We just think it's 51-49. We think Errol's going to win. That's our opinion. But we know it's a close fight, man. But it's just, man, Terence Crawford fans, man, fuck.
His fans are like, his fans ain't bad as Devin Haney fans. Haney fans just, man, Haney could beat Ali and Floyd if they were the same person. And here's the thing, y'all. If Lomachenko's smart and comes out and just puts the gas on as soon as that fight starts, he might get Devin out of there because Devin can't fight inside. Everybody keeps going past that. He's great with a little bit of length, and as soon as somebody hits him, he grabs. They're going to take points away right away when he does that.
Oh, it's going to be key to see how they referee that. If they
but be honest, y'all. If y'all watch Devin fight, Devin doesn't want confrontation. He'll throw that jab, and as soon as you come in and hit him a couple times, he grabs you.
I don't think I agree with you. I don't think Devin has a real good inside game. That's why the comment that he's like Pretty Boy Floyd was in my mind ridiculous.
Yo, when they said that, man, I whoever that person was, I wish I could have threw something at him. He ain't even on the same planet as Pretty Boy Floyd.
I think
he fights like Floyd's father. Right? Y'all not that old, man. Go back and watch Floyd's father fight. Devin fight just like him.
I should take a look
Devin,
at that.
like you said earlier, Devin has no.
I'm telling you, go back. Even when he fought Sugar Ray, he fights like that. I mean, Devin's better, but he fights the same way. Once Sugar Ray got inside on him, he didn't know what to do.
That's why Floyd took it to the next level.
Game has always been weak. He's always relied on his distance, range, and that jab to keep people off of him.
I agree, and it's like Teddy Atlas calling Shakur boring and not calling Devin boring. Shakur mixes it up constantly. Devin does not mix it up.
Yeah, Shakur can stay in the pocket because his defense is superb, is top notch.
That's facts.
That's why Shakur and Tank are the fight, man. I keep telling y'all that. It's like at 135, that's the fight.
You talking about Tank and Shakur?
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
But Devin Haney's in trouble because he's a 147 pounder, man, and at 140 and 147, the top dudes are gonna dust.
I'm curious to see what Devin looks like at 140, man, because he doesn't have the pop. And he has decent.
I guarantee you, if Devin Haney fights Antoine Russell, he's gonna get hurt in that fight.
Think he gets washed?
I don't know if he gets washed, but I think it's a good fight because Gary is a pressure. He gets on you. He's a pressure.
And Gary got a chin, so he's just gonna walk. He's gonna just, you see how he fights. He's just gonna say, "Okay, get yours, and I'm gonna just get mine, and we'll see who can take it."
Yeah.
Yep.
But I found it interesting because the latest installment, that Blood, Sweat, Tears thing.
Same thing with Regis, y'all. Regis knocks Dev out.
Well, you know, Jason gonna say that. Jason say Regis knock out Wilder.
I don't agree with you on the Miami stuff, but on Regis, I do. Regis is nice. He's slowish, but he's nice.
Yeah,
you shouldn't agree with Jason on anything.
He a dog. Shut up, Greg.
I'm just saying, man. Most shit you say outside
Regis
of
is nice.
boxing is dead ass wrong. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, he got that Miami look to him, so you got to be like, damn, you know, say right off the rip. But
yeah,
anything else after that, I like his boxing knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, he got good boxing knowledge, man. And for the most part, man, I would say, 60% of the time he correct. Everything else outside of boxing, motherfucker's wrong and motherfucker. You should hear his basketball knowledge. God damn it, he's just terrible.
Oh, really? Well, his team got fouls in our team in basketball, so we can't talk right now.
No, I'm not talking about. We football schools, man. I don't give a fuck about no damn basketball. Anyway, man.
Dude, I like Florida State. I watch Florida State women's softball, man. They number 3 in the country, man. I go for them all the way around.
I feel you, man.
Can't do that because ain't a full fan like that.
Yeah, but at least I'm a graduate of the school.
I give you props, man. But y'all have a good day, man.
All right, man. Catch up with you later.
Peace. Hey, but
man, yo, non-booster, non-contributing ass, and you sit up here talking about something. You better. Anyway.
Man, shut up. Just because they fleecing your ass like Bud fleece BLK.
They ain't fleecing me. I support my school.
Whatever.
We got the 803 in the building. You on the line with this cheap-ass bastard, Jason, who does not support his school. Who do we have in the building?
Hey, this is Nick.
What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, trying to get on this thing, man. Talk about this boxing thing here.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you?
I see him on live. I don't hear me on live.
Yeah, you're on here. You gotta cut your volume down. It's always a little bit delayed, but cut your volume down.
Cut
You're
the speaker
definitely
off.
on. Yeah.
Hey, this is Nate, man. What's up? Hey, man, y'all talking about Terence Crawford, man.
Yeah.
Good fighter. You know
Terence Crawford is a good fighter?
He called that Charlo. Charlo don't want that smoke, man.
With Bud?
Cut what off?
No, cut your volume down on your speaker. We're hearing the feedback.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we hear the feedback from your speaker. Turn your speaker down.
Yeah.
Yo, caller, cut your speaker down.
Yeah, turn your background speaker down.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but we hear your speaker in the background too. Turn your speaker down.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we hear the feedback on the speaker. I ain't got the speaker on.
Why are we hearing we're hearing feedback from your speaker, man?
We're hearing the channel in the background.
Yeah,
Y'all
it's
keep repeating the same thing.
Yeah, it's clogged out. Hey, try to give us a call back in a second, bro.
We can hear you, but we hear your speaker in the background.
Try to give us a call back.
All right, can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but we hear all your feedback. It's doubling and tripling up.
You can't hear me now at all?
Give us a call back. Sorry about that, caller, man. Your feedback is looping in. I don't know what's going on with that. Try to give us a call back. Who else we got, man? The phone lines are open. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, you didn't see the fight on Top Rank last night, the Janabek fight, did you?
No, I didn't.
Have you seen any of his fights yet?
No, I haven't.
No. So the chat, what's y'all takes on Janabek at 160?
Okay, we got the 803 calling back in.
You calling back in? Okay.
Yeah, hey, what's going? Hey, we still hear the background, bro.
Yeah, turn your YouTube
now?
off or turn your YouTube down.
You got me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, we still hear your background.
Ain't no feedback. Ain't no feedback now, is it?
Yeah, it's still there. Hit mute on hit mute on your YouTube video. Hit mute it.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but mute your YouTube. Mute it. Are you calling from your phone that you?
You got the feedback now?
There we go.
You good?
That's a little bit better.
It's a little better.
All right. Yeah, okay. I can hear you good. Like I was saying, man, Terence called out Charlo. Charlo turned that fight down because he don't want that smoke, man.
So let me ask you a question. Why
Yeah.
shouldn't Terence Crawford a WBO champion, yes or no?
Yeah.
So he can if he moves up to the next he's a super champion, so if he moves up to the next division, he can automatically force a fight with Charlo, right?
Well, he should be able to. I mean,
Yeah,
back in the day, look at Sugar Ray and Marvin Hagler. They fought everybody together. I mean, ain't nobody turned no fight down. Sugar Ray Leonard went through the whole group of his weight.
But if Terence Crawford really wants to fight and he's the WBO super champion, he can just force a fight at 154, and Charlo can't deny the fight. So how are we saying that Charlo don't want to smoke? Terence Crawford can literally force the fight.
He called him out. He called the brother out. If somebody called me out, and I think that fight's going to generate good money, and which it would, that fight would generate more money than Ryan Garcia and and what's the boy that he just fought? Ryan Garcia.
Tank.
That would generate more money than the Errol Spence fight. I'm thinking he moving up. He want to move up. He might be scared of Errol Spence, but I'm saying if he want to move up and fight Charlo, that means he take the whole bunch of apples.
Yeah,
you don't think so?
Yeah, no. I think if he were to beat Errol Spence and move up and beat Charlo, he becomes a top 5 fighter. But my question to you is, if Terence Crawford is the WBO super champion, which allows him to go up and automatically force a fight with the champion at the next weight division up, then you don't even need to call out Charlo. All you need to do is move up to 154 and force the fight. So since he has not done that, that tells me he's just talking.
Yeah, well, that could be true too. But like I said, but when he called him out, Charlo didn't want. He talking about go and fight Spence. Go fight Spence.
That's what he should do. But if he really wants,
that's what he said.
Yeah, no, that's
like
exactly what he said.
But what does
Charlo he should have took that fight though? Because see, Spence hit too hard for them boys. Spence is a good fighter.
Yeah,
and that ain't no joke about that. It's gonna take a real rough dude to beat Spence. Because Spence hit hard, and you can ask that boy from Haiti. Because he broke every rib in that boy's body. And Spence hit hard, man. Spence should go up and fight one of them Charlo boys. That's what he do. Instead of him standing still, he should go up and fight somebody instead of standing waiting on Crawford.
So I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
So what's your take on Spence and Crawford if they fall?
That's going to be an even fight, but Spence going to beat him. Spence going to beat him.
Okay.
Spence going to beat him. But Spence need to go look over Crawford, go up in a higher weight, beat somebody, and come back down. You see what I'm saying? Because I think he's scared of him. I really think Crawford's scared of Spence. I think they done sparred. They done been in that ring together. And I done seen it, man. I didn't see it, but I'm just saying, I see the way he avoiding it. Because, see, back in the day, ain't nobody worried about money back in the day when Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, and all of them was out there. The purse was there. They took the fight, whatever the purse was. Mayweather did the same thing when he was coming up. He was getting less money then, and he was still taking the fights. That's why he is where he at now, because he was taking the fights like he should have.
Yeah, there's an over-marination.
You don't agree with that?
No, I agree. There's an over-marination of fights. They're
over-marinating. I mean, it's too many politics in fights now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when back in the day when Sugar Ray Leonard and them was going up, they was fighting. Sugar Ray Leonard fought every single body in his weight and took him out. That's why he was the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Ali the same way. Ali fought everybody.
Facts.
You know what I mean? These boys act like they scared to lose, you know what I mean, to get that strap took it. Go ahead and take the fight, win or lose. You know what I mean? I don't care how much money on the table. If I get less money and I beat you, I'm still the champion, right or wrong. Look at the perks that's coming out if I beat you.
Yeah, that's the thing that's a lot of cats are missing.
So why worry about negotiation of the fight where you can beat that person and get less money and you still going to be on top when it comes down to the money? Because you beat them.
Yeah,
so the negotiation thing, it ain't hitting on nothing. They need to bring it back to what it was like back in the day. Everybody fight everybody. Purse or no purse.
I don't disagree.
You know what I mean, you there to be the champion of the world, not to be the richest man in the world. You see what I'm saying?
I don't disagree with you.
It depends on what the person's agenda is. If there's legacy or pockets.
Right. Look. I mean, Ali took a lot of beating. You know what I mean? But he was the greatest champion. He was the greatest champion in the world in two ways: mind-wise and representing his people. You know what I mean? So he did two things at one time. But I'm just saying, with Errol Spence just laying low, getting rusty, I mean, he ain't had a fight in what? Errol Spence ain't fighting what, a year, 2 years?
It's been a little over a year.
Yeah, well, over a year?
Yeah, a little
so
over a year.
Why wait on this fight? Go ahead and fight Thurman. You see what I'm saying? Get Thurman out the way.
I would rather him go and fight Boots.
Get Thurman out the way.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Thurman got a belt, ain't he? Take that strap.
No, he ain't got no belt.
And then go ahead and beat Crawford. And then you pound for pound. You the best out there. You done beat Thurman, you done beat the boy from Philly. You done beat what the boy got his own show.
You talking about Danny Garcia and Sean Porter?
He done beat them too. Go ahead and go through the weight division and beat pound for pound and take the recognition. You see what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. Hey, anything else you want to share with the people before we move on to the next caller?
No, man, y'all got a good show, man. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze on into y'all. Y'all keep it up, man. Good work.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
All right, later. You are on the Angry Man podcast with Jason and Greg. We got the 414 in the building. What's going on with you, man? What's your name?
James.
James. What's going on with you, James?
What's going on, my man? I just wanted to comment on that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence.
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, Terence Crawford, it don't take no man no whole entire year. Like, it's like you got to build up enough guts to fight him a whole year. They're giving you everything you want. He was even on the when they had that back and forth on Twitter, he was telling him, you know, they put all the business out there, and Errol Spence told him, you got everything. His answer was, yeah, you think why you think they gave me everything? Something like that to that you know. And I'm looking like, why, if you got in an interview and you talking all this stuff all these years, piggybacking off this man's name, then still won't jump in the ring with him. You said money wasn't nothing, but then you don't have the guts to jump in the ring with him. You keep on asking for this. Once you get something, then you ask for something else. Man, you just scared. And a lot of people don't think boxers is scared, but I definitely believe some of these boxers are scared. They taking a lot of easy fights, so they comfortable. But when they get up to that competition, you know, all of a sudden they got hesitant and pausing and wait, hold on. That's how he was doing. He's taking all the easy fights it is, but then when you get all the way up to all the belts, all of a sudden you want this, and this, man. That's scary energy, man. I don't care what nobody say. That just how you not gonna take it and you right there. That's just like somebody offer you've been asking for some money, you broke down on your luck, and somebody's willing to front you something till you get some, then you finally get it. You know, they said, wait, you got to do this first. You got to do that. You hold on. You know, pausing and stuff like that. I just think it's scary man energy.
Yeah, no, I understand your position, man. I've always said, it has always been my opinion that he's not afraid, that it's more so he's trying to fleece them for as much as he possibly can, because I think he knows and understands that this is the biggest fight that he can be in, and it's the most dangerous fight that he can be in. And he wants to maximize the amount of dollars that he get in order to take the fight. Either that or he's delusional, one or the other, or a combination of both.
Right.
You know,
and I think by his past, by Errol past, you know, when he used to mess off and drinking all this, he trying to wait till his momentum go down. Because trust me, he seen that Yugas fight, and he didn't want no parts of him. That's why it's taking him guts. It's taking him a whole year to build up the guts to fight him. Trust me, he saw that fight, and he hesitant. He knows it. And he wanted to piggyback off his name to get the easy fight in the show, because he took that other fight. He wanted Errol every interview we get in, but then turn around and take that fight knowing you had that under the back. So that lets you know he clout chasing too. So he trying to build up his name off of him. Then you keep going to them old accolades, man. Don't nobody care about that old. It's what you doing now. Like what you doing now. Like you claim I beat Charlo, I beat Errol. You calling out all these people and then don't fight them, man. Come on, man. And then you can't. Why are you mentioning Charlo when you know you can't even get Errol, if they a package deal, they're at the same place. You can't skip. I'm gonna get him and get him. You skipping over Errol. You can't do that. They both with PBC.
Right. Exactly. Just like the last caller, he was talking about Terence Crawford and Charlo didn't take the fight. My thought is Terence Crawford can force the fight. It's not about Charlo taking the fight or not taking the fight. He's the WBO super champion. He can literally go up there and force the fight. So why call Charlo out? You don't need to call him out if that's the fight you want. What you do is move up and force the fight. So it's just talk.
Yeah, he definitely could have done that.
Exactly. Anything else you want to share with people, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Anything else you want to share with the people?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, another thing he's doing right. He like I said earlier, he knows Errol Spence. You know, he had his history. He trying to throw him off his game and thinking he might be slouching or lacking or something. So he's trying to slow down his momentum because he seen that Yugi's fight. He ain't want no parts of him. I believe even before he jumped into negotiations, he didn't want no parts of it because he said it too many times. He kept on saying it on every interview. Then it's like when he get in an interview, he don't care if he get caught in a lie. He just told so many lies and stuff. Like, man, come on, man. You just keep it real with your fans because his fans is delusional. They will sit there, wait for something else to happen. Then they wherever they think they can get him out of it, they come up with something with everything he do. Oh, if he turned around and said, oh, this and this, you know, they trying to go on and on. They just waiting to see what he do just to have excuse for him. They never admit anything, though. They like keep going on with excuses. Like, man, that man, you scared, man. You calling out people just like you calling out these YouTube channels. You know, you trying to call out the big ones, and people don't realize what he's doing. He just trying to keep his name ringing. That's all he's trying to do for when he fight with them no-name fighters that's coming out of nowhere. He can get some type of, he's trying to keep buzz going. He's trying to get channels talking about him too. Like anything, like that's why he's calling out Charlo. Anybody that got a buzz or got a name or something, he calling them out. I'll do this, I'll do that. Man, don't nobody want to hear you all talk, man. All you've been doing is talking and ain't making nothing. You ain't making nothing happen. The papers, the contract is right in front of you. Man, you can't sit there. That is like, man, I do this to you, I do that to you. You telling somebody and they just quiet, they ain't saying too much, and then they get the banging on your door. Boom, boom, boom. Like, come outside. Then, oh, hold on, wait, I gotta sign. Wait, I gotta do this. I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta wash up. Like, man, come on, man.
Right.
And then his fans they will lie, man. They delusional, just like them. Like, it don't make. I mean, if Errol did that, I don't care. And I'm an Errol Spence fan. He did that, I'm on him. That's another grown man. I don't care how much of a fan. I'm not a fanboy. I'm gonna call it like it is and tell it like it is. That is, if you want to fight that bad, you should be telling him to get in the ring. But instead, y'all making up excuses. And I get it because some of them have a channel and they try to keep they listeners. You know, a lot of people join the YouTube channels just because of their favorite fighters. So they trying to keep that going and keep the people in tune. They don't want to go against that. So that's why them Bud Crawford channel, they just lie. They just tell one lie after another. Like, it's sad, man. And it's supposed to be, y'all talking about the number one pound for pound. This ain't no number one pound for pound action. This is boxing, man. And then I hate the friendly stuff. Like, it's too friendly, man. We here to fight. We signed up for fighting. People be talking about the boxers put their life on the line. They knew that when they signed up for it. We paying the money. Man, I don't want to hear no friend stuff. I'm cool with him. This is boxing. You signed up for it. You get paid millions for this. Like, we don't know how to fight, but we get up in there for some millions. We get knocked out and everything for some money. Like, man, they don't even hold nobody accountable. Like, if it's your favorite fighter, they find a way out of it. I don't like that. It's like it's watered down. Like, this man is number one after he fought David. I've been like, man, come on. How is he still number one? I don't care about them old accolades. That stuff in the past. You can't move like that somehow, talking all this stuff. Then you've been talking for years saying money didn't mean nothing. Then you get in it. All of a sudden, when it's Errol turn to fight you, all of a sudden now the money means something. But before you was, I don't care who it is, man. I don't care about the money. I'm here for legacy, all this stuff, man. You lie. You can't just tell. See, a lot of these boxers be telling the fans any old thing, like they just saying the right things to make it seem like they tough or something. And then you can't tell no real boxing fans no anything. You can't just sit there and tell me a bunch of lies and think I'm not gonna hold you to it. This man just kept telling lies after lies, man. Just like, man, I wish somebody just strip him from let's see somebody else that really won't smoke. You know, take the belt from Crawford, man. That ain't no champion to me. Moving like that, you can't move like a champion. Move like you want to smoke, like you say you want to smoke. Sign the papers. Sometimes a lot of these greats, they took the short end of the stick all the time to be great. You know, you figure you got the accolades, so I don't feel I need to. Man, what type of boxer is that? A fighter? What type of fighter with that type of attitude, man? In the way you've been talking, like you just run through anybody. And Errol Spence gonna beat the dog with the taste out of him. You know it. Trust me. Yeah.
Hey, caller.
I'm not saying.
Hey,
go ahead.
One last thing you want to share with the people before we move on to the next caller?
All right, one more. He don't want to get in that ring with Errol Spence. If a lot of people look at it, he's way smaller. Like he's smaller than Errol. Errol Spence is a real true 147. I don't care who they talking about. He knocked out everybody in the division. Who, Bones? Like people that don't really have a name that you made popular by you getting popular off of Errol Spence's name, just riding his name, Errol. Like he remind me of Devin Haney, just tank him is that tank. That's what Bud do. He just say Earl every chance to get Earl. Like, man. That's all I got to say. I'm just tired of him. Like, I wish they strip him from the belt and although I want to see that fight bad, I wish they strip him from the belt with somebody who really gonna fight. Like, man, you holding up the belt because you so jealous of this man. You so jealous of this man. You mad he came in a weight division envying him like you can just. Although he was smiling and stuff, man, you could see the fakeness, man. He jealous of Errol because Errol was ringing. When he came up there, he just focused on him. And then if you look at that clip, when he came in with that when Errol Spence had the red jacket, he really wasn't going. If you go look at this, he really wasn't going Errol Spence's way. Errol Spence really called him. He said, "Oh," and he turned around. If you go look at it. He was going to act like he ain't see him, but a lot of people don't see that. But, yeah, that's all I got on the go, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
All right, appreciate you.
Oh, no problem.
Easy.
All right, man. That was our guy to the 414, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Jay, we got 178 people in the building, 133 likes. If you get the opportunity, guys, give me 1 second. 177 people, 133 in likes. If you get the opportunity, please hit the like button or the dislike button, but make sure that you engage with the content. And then also become a member of the channel, subscribe to the channel. It's Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media. We're always dropping content. Make sure you join. All right, who do we have in the building? And turn your volume down in the background a little bit so we can hear you. We hear the feedback.
This is Jay from Atlanta.
Jay, what's going on with you, man?
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on?
What part of the A you in, bro? I'm in the A as well.
Downtown Atlanta.
Okay, I'm in Johns Creek.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, question. Do you think that winning world titles in boxing has lost its value?
Yeah. In comparison to what it was in the past, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because I understand it is like prize fighting, but there's a lot of fights that I would love to see or I've already saw that I feel like a world title should have been on the line. But because you got to think everybody's chasing Tank Davis, but I don't see anyone chasing Devin Haney for a world title.
Yeah.
They want the money. They want the bigger payday.
Exactly.
They want the bigger payday. But that's all I had to call and ask because I just find it weird that, you know, I feel like some type of fights like Benavidez and Plant, I feel like that should have been world title fight.
It was. It was for the WBC. It was for
Eliminator.
Benavidez.
I think it was an interim, though. I think it was like an interim title.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's been the interim champion, right? Because David Benavidez has been the WBC interim champion, and Canelo Alvarez is the regular champion.
And that's all I had to call and ask because, you know, like I said, like I'm starting to think that world titles don't mean anything anymore nowadays. I think everybody just, like you said, want the payday.
I appreciate you calling in, bro. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right.
919, give us a call back, man. I saw you called in and trying to get you back on here. There we go. That's the 919. 919, what's going on with you, man? You in the building with the Angry Man Podcast. What's your name?
What's up, man? It's James, man. I had to give you guys a call. I hear a lot of people say this stuff about fighters ain't scared of other fighters. That's a total BS law. Let me tell you this. Mike Tyson had Leon Spinks or Michael Spinks, whatever one it was, scared to death to get in that ring. And don't forget about how scared Adrian Broner was once he tasted that canvas. And Adonis Stevenson was scared as heck to get in the ring with what's his name? The Russian guy that Andre Ward. Yeah, Kovalev. So when people come with this narrative and say, well, fighters ain't scared of other fighters, that's a total BS law. I boxed amateur before, and there've been plenty of times I was scared to get in there after I seen what this guy did in the tournament, the last tournament coming up. You know what I mean? Not saying I never got in there, but everybody's scared. You know what I mean? Everybody has butterflies. I'm not saying terrified when you don't know how to act, but it's a nice sense of fear in everybody. So when people push that narrative that other fighters aren't scared, other fighters are scared. That being said, that's what I think it is going on with Terence Crawford. Do I think it's fear? I think it's slight fear. I don't think it's nothing major. I think it's more fear of losing to Errol Spence. Not so much taking a loss. Like if it was nothing, if they never had the hoopla around him and he took a loss to Errol Spence, I think he could handle that. But because of all the hoopla and all the back and forth between them, I don't think his ego can allow him to lose to Errol Spence. So that's the reason I think he's not taking the fight. Then the next thing I wanted to bring up is, I think I texted this to you guys. As we know, Bomac trained, what's the guy name? Amir Khan for which fight was that? That he got knocked out. Kell Brook. He trained him for Kell Brook, and he took a loss. But he also got popped dirty for steroids or whatever. You know, whatever they pop some steroids for amphetamines or whatever. Mm-hmm. My thing is, I watched Terence Crawford go up in weight. He didn't have the punching power he had in the lower weights. But he gets to these higher weights, and he's knocking everybody out. And my point of saying this, and I'm not putting no stain on anybody's name, I'm just trying to figure it out. Only other person I've seen come up in weight and still knock everybody out was Pacquiao. And everybody said Pacquiao had stain on his name. I watched Floyd Mayweather, one of the best boxers we ever seen, go up in weight, couldn't drop anyone, was barely knocking somebody out. I think the last knockout he maybe had was Ricky Hatton. And he couldn't knock anybody out. But you're telling me Terence Crawford could come up from 135, I think he started, all the way up to 147. Now he's this killer. Now, it could be competition or it could be something else. But I can tell you right now, there's nowhere in the world you can move up all these weight classes and start putting everybody down. And these guys that have been in this weight class for that long, all of a sudden you can't put anyone down. That's just my opinion. You guys have a great day, man.
All right, man. You too,
Appreciate
man.
you,
I
guys.
appreciate your call. Yeah, so he talking. I decided to pull up Terence Crawford's boxing rec. UD against Postal, TKO against Lundy, TKO against Deary John, TKO against Tommy DeLerme. Beltran was a unanimous decision. So he's been getting knockouts, man, even before he moved up. I think the thing that you can possibly question is I already know who we got in the building, but let me get this quick thought out very quickly. I think the only thing that you can question, honestly, is that he's maintained the power. And probably the reason why he's maintained it is because he's a counterpuncher, and what he's doing is trying to catch you off guard with something that you don't see, and those are the punches that hurt the worst. So I wouldn't say that he's on something, but I would say that that's probably been his advantage, being a counterpuncher and being able to catch people off guard with shots. So I already know who we got in the building, but go ahead and let the people know.
Adrian from LA, baby. What's up?
What's going on with you?
What's going
Here
on?
in Lackerville. And hey, man, I want to send out a special Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and to both your wives, man, because they put up with a lot of crap, for you guys to do all these videos and take all that time. So you got to send out some shout outs, with love and respect to your wives, because this podcast wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for them. If they're over there doing the hard work, taking care of the kids and getting everything order in the house and all that. So send out some love and respect to your wives, bros. Appreciate that. Want to talk about that little Tony Weeks thing last night real quick, man. Tony Weeks is a joke, man. The reason why he stopped that fight, I have no idea. It was a joke. Romero should not be in the ring anymore. He fought against a guy that's about 75 years old. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Any person that's from or that has relatives from Latin America knows that they be lying on their birth certificate sometimes. And there's no way that guy, whatever the hell his name was 40 years old. That guy was so old, Ripley wouldn't believe it, man. Something like that. So I just want to say, hey, man, what can we do about referees like Tony Weeks, man? What can we do?
Get rid of them.
Yeah, I think you got to, man, like anybody, you got to hold people accountable. And when you hold folks accountable, they will start to do a better job. And it's just, there is a lack of accountability in the sport of boxing that we've seen on multiple occasions. And it's just been persistent throughout the years. So, I mean, that's what needs to be done in order to stop that kind of behavior, in my opinion.
But even like in the Benavidez fight, Kenny Davis wasn't stopping Plant from holding. I mean, I thought that Benavidez would have put him to sleep if he would have started refereeing the fight the right way. But Kenny Davis was like, I don't know, it seemed like as if he was out to just make it so that fight went the full 12 rounds or something, man. So it's like, you got referees like Kenny Davis, and I know Kenny Davis is dirty because Floyd always had Kenny Davis in all his fights. Part of one of the things about fighting Floyd is that you had to agree to Kenny Davis being the ref. I remember that. So Kenny Davis that he ain't legit all the way, man. So but like you said, man, we got to start holding these referees accountable because that's turning off the casual boxing fan. The casual boxing fan sees fights like this and they're like, man, that's turned off. They start comparing it to the WWE, thinking it's all a joke, whatever, and it kind of messes it up, for guys like us that really love the sport, because you need the casual boxing fan to go out there and buy the pay-per-view. That's how we get the big fights. But you turn them off when they believe that it's already been decided who's going to be the winner ahead of time. And that's going to screw up boxing, man, in the long run. So I just want to touch on that real quick. I mean, what do you guys think about that, man? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, what's your thoughts?
On which one now? I was responding to my back.
Well, I'm talking about like the way all these dirty things are going on, with the referees and the judges and all that. And for the casual boxing fan that sees fights like this, they start thinking of boxing as like the WWE. It's like a joke. And like I said, they're not going to pay $75 for a pay-per-view if they believe that it's a joke like that. And it's going to mess it up for boxing because there's not going to be no money for the big fights. Because in all honesty, the ones who really pay for the big fights are the casual fans. They're the ones, so the majority of them. There's not that many people like us out there that love the sport hardcore like that. We're not the ones. Even though we're paying $75 for the pay-per-view, there's not a lot of us. So you got to have the casual boxing fan that's out there paying for it. And when you mess up boxing by having these refs doing these things like what Tony Weeks did last night, and these judges that do bad, judging, it messes it up for boxing, man. I don't know. I just think that's wrong, man.
I don't disagree
No,
with
I
you.
agree.
I
think
Go
they
ahead.
definitely got to hold them they got to hold them accountable. I mean, that's what will keep casuals on is if they see some accountability on that referee. Suspension, whatever, whatever it may be. Because if you mess up your job, any other job, you're gonna get what? You're gonna get a warning, suspension, fire,
Yeah.
whatever. So this needs to be the same thing for Tony Weeks because he's been a good ref at other spots, but this one right here, this was a horrible decision he did last night.
Horrible.
That was just ugly. It was so ugly that it was just it was sad. But it was funny, but it was sad, man. It's like I don't know why the hell he stopped it, but anyways, but anyways, I'll let you guys get back to your show because I know you guys are pretty busy right now. Just want to send a shout out to my dad in heaven. Love you, Dad. My son Jeremiah, and to my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you. You guys have a real nice day, man. God bless you both, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Adrian, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right, man. Much love, bro. All right.
All right, Jay. I got about 15 more minutes. I can keep going, Jay, because I got to go take my lovely wife to go celebrate Mother's Day. But the phone lines are still open for anybody that wants to call in. Yeah, man. That fight was atrocious, Jay. That was one of the worst stoppages I think I've ever seen, bro. Like that was nuts.
Worse, yeah.
Yeah, that was up there.
It was really bad. It's bad when both Rolly and Bullet said that the Liberty fight was stopped too early. They both said it.
It was absolutely stopped too early. All right, we got the 901 in the building, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Memphis, Tennessee. What's your name, caller?
901?
Yeah, it is, brother. Hey, I'm Santos. Transplant now. I'm in New England, so I still rep the 901 down south, but moved up here a couple of years ago. How y'all doing today?
Doing well, bro. How are you?
Okay. Good. I got 3 quick points. One is I really just respect y'all's channel. I like how y'all have different callers on, whether they rep for Spence or whoever or not. I really appreciate that. I think there's one caller that jumps on, and he reps for Terence. I think his name is Terence, and I don't agree at all. I'm definitely a Spence fan, but it's just good to kind of see that. So I really appreciate what y'all do.
Thank you.
One thing I want to talk about was Spence-Crawford, and something I've been thinking about a lot. So my background is I work on negotiation, and there's a song that says "Money, Power, and Respect." Yep. And I'm wondering, does Crawford now? And again, I rep for EJ all day.
Yep.
But I want this deal to happen right now. I listened to that interview that y'all mentioned last Sunday, and we heard Errol speak, and he's like, "Hey, we're working on it. We're behind the scenes. We're not blowing it up." I did think that live that Crawford could have blown it up, right? Because that's non-disclosed. You want to bring it up, but I love what we see is happening that's behind the scenes. But I'm thinking, is it a respect thing? Porter talked about that. Respect Crawford as champ, right? So I'm wondering, he felt disrespected with Top Rank. His numbers aren't there. Whoever's negotiating this, what do they need to do to get this man to the table and sign this? So I'm EJ all day, but I'm just thinking through how would I get the other side to give me what I want. So I'm going through that. I don't know if y'all have thoughts to that, but I think of that song, Money, Power, and Respect, and maybe it's not a money thing but maybe it's something else. And what do we need to say? Whoever's negotiating it, what do we need to say? I wish that he would have an attorney or somebody to support him because, again, I want the fight to be made. I don't think that he should negotiate it by himself. I don't think Al, whoever's going to talk to him, he's going to talk to his attorney, he's going to talk to the promoter, but I don't think anyone wants to carry him. And then the final thing is Haney and Loma. Brothers, I'm excited for this fight. Really excited. I think you had asked the poll last weekend. I think it's under 200,000 buys. Y'all may disagree. I think it's 50-50. And it really, to me, rests on, I like Haney. I love Loma. I like Haney. I think it's an amazing fight. I'm really feeling like, you know what? How does Loma come out? What's his look? So people are saying, hey, Haney's got it. He's young, strength. But everyone's also saying don't sleep on Loma. Depending on how Loma comes out. If Loma's going to wait till round 6 like he did with T.O., then Haney has it. But if Loma comes out with fire, right, I'm close to Loma's age. It's like, hey, I'm still an old line. I still got it in me. this could be an amazing fight. It's not. Haney gets in, and then we see what happens with that. So those are my three. Really, again, appreciate y'all's work. I don't know if you have a response to that, but again, the negotiation tactics, I'm just thinking through how do we get that deal done? Is there a respect? Is it a power dynamic? That has nothing to do with money. And then I really like the this Loma Haney fight.
Yeah, so I'll start in reverse. I really like the Loma Haney fight as well. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hold a fight party for that one, but I really like that fight. Definitely will be tuning into that fight. I got Haney winning that fight. I think he's the younger, bigger, stronger, longer fighter. And so I believe that that's the reason why he's going to win. I do understand the argument that there's some deficiencies in his game that a fighter like Lomachenko can take advantage of. And also I understand that Devin Haney doesn't necessarily have an inside game to that effect. So if Loma can get on the inside and start to throw those combinations and use those angles, yeah, it could be an interesting fight. So I'm not just saying that it's Haney by a landslide. But, people are already starting to position it as, Loma's old. So if Haney wins, he's just old. And then, Haney will become one of the biggest and best things ever in the sport if Lomachenko is able to pull this off, according to ESPN. So that's my thought on that. I
appreciate that. Yeah. And Haney's not even, not to cut you off, but Haney, I feel like he's selling it. Loma doesn't talk. He's quiet.
Nope.
I watched both of the top ranked, promos for it. I don't agree with Haney saying, 4 years ago you ducked. It's like, I'm going for the champ. I was trying to get the unification. But to me, that helps. If that gives that young brother fire to want to knock Loma's head off, I'm okay with it. But Loma's not really. He's just saying, we'll see what happens. It's like, bro, you got to sell this thing, man. You got to. So, yeah. I
totally agree with that. And then from a Terence Crawford perspective, this is just my thoughts on it. I say it's primarily money. I think it's primarily money.
Okay.
I think it's primarily money. I think it's probably a 70% money, 30% feeling like he's the more accomplished fighter. Look at what he did at 135 pounds, 140 pounds. The problem with taking that approach to it is that as everything is, this is not just like boxing. This is everything in life. It's what have you done for me lately? Industry, sport, entertainment, it doesn't matter. And so whatever you've done in the past doesn't really matter to that extent, right? So it's like, let's think about Bill Cosby, right? Bill Cosby is one of the biggest comedians in history, right? He had the Cosby Show, which was one of the biggest, most iconic shows to ever grace television, right? Period. We all understand that. Do you think Bill Cosby would get a ton of money if he did a stand-up show today? He wouldn't get anything because he's not that today. Even Eddie Murphy, who was one of the biggest comedians back in the 80s, Delirious, Raw, you name it. Eddie Murphy has not been on the stage for years. Now, would he get a substantial amount of money? Absolutely. It's probably because maybe he hasn't been there for as long, but is he going to get that same recognition as like a Dave Chappelle? Absolutely not. So it's about what you have done today. Not only that, Terence Crawford is in the entertainment business. So unlike you and I don't know what you do for a living, but I work in finance. Jason works in insurance. Everything is based off of what we've done, like our resume and the experience that we have. Not in entertainment. Entertainment is about what you're able to do today in terms of bringing in notoriety, eyeballs, and asses and seats. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to get paid. That's just the way it is. It's a different industry. So those are my thoughts.
Greg, I hear you. Yep, I hear you, brother. I'm in commercial real estate and transactions. That's why I was bringing up the negotiation aspect. Is you kind of alluded to what I was saying, like identity thing. You can think that you're more than your market value, but that's not what the case is. We evaluate the property is this. You may think it's more, and it's not. We saw that, what happened with the recession and, COVID. Well, I guess what I'm just saying is I'm wondering what it could be. Again, I rep for EJ all day, so I'm a fanboy for him. I'm an honest, proud fanboy for him. But if I'm trying to get Crawford to the table, I'm like, what do I need to? What is it that's missing that's making him feel that he's more than what he's worth, or that he's disrespected? And to me, I haven't heard anybody yet think through that personality identity stuff. Because that stuff's important, just like the money too. So I agree with what you're saying. I wish I was in the room, brother, to kind of help negotiate. I'm curious of what brother, what's in your head? What are you thinking? What numbers is he looking at? What are you looking at? Maybe like you just said, like past resume, what you did on your past job. But it's delusional to me. But I need to understand his delusion and try to get him to see what the reality is. So I come from that mindset. So but I love what you're saying, man. I 100% agree. But I love to hear that Spence said they're working on it. He's a quieter sounds to me. It's something's happening. So I'm not going to give up hope.
We'll see what happens.
For that fight. Yeah.
All right, bro. Anything else you want to share with the people?
I just want to go back to my first comment, man. This is so refreshing. I've been following y'all now for about a month, and I didn't think I was going to call in, but you just let different people speak, whether you agree or disagree. It's Mother's Day act. I was able to sneak away, so I got to go back and do what I got to do. But, man, this is just great. I'm going to keep following. I love what y'all are doing, and it's great. I love y'all's banter, too. It's kind of cool to hear y'all's story, and just keep with it. I appreciate it. We really do.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right.
All right, man. We got time for a few more calls, man. I saw the 404 calling in. I know the 404 is the ATL. I'm in the ATL as well, so you might as well go ahead and call back in. No, that caller had an interesting perspective, man. You can tell someone who has a business perspective because they look at things a bit differently as it relates to this particular fight. We got the 404 calling back in. What's going on, man? I already know you're in Atlanta, so what's your name?
Yes, sir. I go by Southpaw, man. Good evening, good afternoon, guys.
What's going on? Is it Chi-Town that's in the comment section that I always see?
Oh, no. If you see me in the comments, it's under Skits, Paul.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. What's going on with you?
Yeah. Nothing much, man. I usually just sit in the background and enjoy the show, but I heard you say Johns Creek, and I was like, okay. You're sort of near me. I'm over here in Peachtree Corners, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I used to work over there at, well, no, I'm not going to say the company name, but I used to work right there in Peachtree Corner, right over there where God, what's the name of that company? I don't want to give you the name of my company because
no, it's all good. It's all good, man.
Yeah, you know where that little where the Forum right over there. I used to work by the Forum.
By where?
The Forum.
Oh, exactly. Yep, I know exactly where that is. I eat over there all the time, and I'm actually in Johns Creek often at that Whole Foods on State Bridge. That's where me and my family do our shopping at.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
But I just had two things I wanted to say. The first thing about Crawford, man, there's so many reasons why we can imagine he's ducking this fight and stringing Errol along. But I think one of the main reasons that often is overlooked is that what we're seeing with Crawford is actually identical and no different from what we saw with his entire class, what we saw with Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Keith Thurman, when they all were trying their very best to avoid Errol Spence until they couldn't anymore, except Keith, And I think, we a lot of time would like to think of Crawford as somehow different, but I think he's right there with that same logic as those guys. He's around, that's his class, and all of them have behaved that way. And I think we're just really just seeing a continuation of that, man. Crawford probably, in my opinion, would never fight Errol unless he was somehow forced to. And also,
that's how Tunnel Vision sees it for sure.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's how Tunnel Vision sees it for sure. But no, go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay. And only other thing before I get off was I think Crawford right now is playing Spence again. Just my personal opinion. I think Crawford has a dream of retiring undefeated, and he'll fulfill that dream by any means necessary, even if it means robbing the boxing fans. Because one thing that I remember him saying sometime last year is that, me and Mayweather, we talk all the time. And for a lot of these boxers today, Mayweather is like the standard. For some of them, he's even their hero. And shoot, if I was a boxer today, he'd probably be my hero too. Because I grew up watching Floyd as well. But I also think Floyd is the type of guy who will tell you not to talk to a chick because she's whack, and then you'll see him with the chick on a date the next week. I use that example to say, if Floyd and Terence talk, this is me speculating. I could imagine Terence, just alluding to, man, I want to. I'm trying to retire undefeated like you. And Floyd's like, man, you ain't got to fight that MFer, man. You ain't got to fight him. This is all me speculating. And that'll basically, keep Floyd is the best welterweight in everyone's eyes. But if one of these guys become undisputed welterweight, that's an accomplishment Floyd never had. And I'm not using this to all bash on Floyd. I'm just saying this is probably a part of Terence Crawford's thinking with him wanting his desire to retire undefeated. And so I don't think that talking to Floyd is going to get us to fight, man. But other than that, hopefully we get the fight. But with Errol sending that tweet the other day, I'm starting to feel played. I don't know, man. I'm starting to look at it in a negative light again.
Yeah, man. I don't know what to think. I've heard a few different things. We'll see what ends up happening. Anything else you want to share with the people?
Oh, no, that's it, man. I'm going back in the background.
All right, bro. Catch up with you soon, man. Appreciate you for calling in.
Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, man. And if next time do y'all go to the events here, like when they had Tank and Shakur fights here in Atlanta?
So I've never gone, but I do plan to go to the next one.
Okay. Yeah, I went to both Tank fights, the one with Gamboa, and then the one he had against Barrios, and then the one Shakur one against Jamel Herring. So they're usually like great events, man. Shakur's was about half the size for the popularity, but Tank's, man, brings the whole city out.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Like that too.
Yep. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you calling in, bro.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, later.
All right. Bye.
Later.
609, give me 1 second before we take your call. We got 150 people in the building. If you haven't had the opportunity, please hit the like button so people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and become a member, a subscriber. Join the family. We're always dropping content. And we got my guy in the building, T Ward, who runs the Mic Check podcast. He just dropped the link into the chat. We will transition to his show afterwards, or maybe Jay may transition. I got a joke of transition to my wife. But make sure you check out T Ward, the Mic Check podcast, directly after this show ends. 609, who do we got?
You know who it is.
I don't know who it is. Who is it?
This is the T-Man, Terrence.
Oh, fuck.
I just had
What's going on with your Terrence, man?
How you doing? How y'all guys doing?
We're doing well, man. We're doing well.
Mother's doing well. Mother's Day to all the mothers. I just had to just clear up some things real quick.
Okay.
The first thing, a few calls ago, the guy that sounded like he had a couple too many hitties, had some hittiness on Mother's Day. I'm gonna just say this: when he was saying that Terence is scared of Spence or whatever, he shouldn't fight Spence. He should fight what's his name? Whatever his name is up at the 154, the champion, Jamel.
Charlo.
Yeah. I mean, like again, y'all. I see y'all don't ever correct these people, but anyway, that's fine.
What you mean? I did correct them.
We let you talk. We let you go all the time. We never correct you. You be wrong all the time, Terrence.
How did I not correct them, Terrence? What you talking about?
You ain't correct that man. You let that man just go on saying anything.
What was I told him that.
Huh?
I told him that Charlo wasn't ducking him, that Terence Crawford didn't want to fight because he could force the fight. I corrected him.
You let him go ahead and say that Bud should just that he should skip the fight with EJ, and the EJ should skip the fight with him and go up there and fight Charlo. Why? Why would he do that? Why should he be allowed to do that? And by the way, he also said that in the beginning, he said one of the callers said that they were a package deal. So if they're a package deal, how can Bud just go up there and fight him? Why wouldn't he just? Isn't it possible that he might just drop the WBO belt? So I don't know. Even if Terrence does that and goes after Charlo, it doesn't mean he's going to necessarily get that fight, right? And by the way, he wants to fight Errol, so we shouldn't even be talking about.
Then why he hasn't signed a contract? Why he hadn't signed a contract?
Okay, that was the first thing on my list, and I'm gonna say to you again, what contract? As Bud said, he got a proposal. We don't know what the hell the proposal was, but we know
why he signed up on the proposal. Why he signed up on the proposal?
His issues were not addressed. How many times do I have to keep telling y'all? Y'all heard what Espinoza said. He said Bud's issues weren't addressed. So if you don't address his issues, how you going to send a final contract when his issues aren't addressed, huh?
Okay, well then stop. Then stop saying that he agreed to everything because he didn't.
Exactly.
Because I've heard you make that comment before. So stop saying he agreed to everything.
He agreed to all material terms, just like they said in ESPN. But anyway,
okay then. If he agreed to material terms, hey, listen. If he agreed to all material terms, there's a reason why they call it material terms because they are the important terms. So really, everything else was minuscule, and they should have been able to make the fight.
Well, it was. If they would have it wasn't very minuscule because they would offer him 35%, but he wants to protect his 35%. They're not just going to say, "Oh yeah, you got 30, but we can have as many expenses as you want." Come on.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Does he have a lawyer?
Yeah, he had a lawyer.
Does he have an accountant? Does he have an accountant?
I don't know if he has an accountant. He has 2 lawyers. That's all I know.
So I'm gonna assume that a man like Terence Crawford cannot do his own taxes. Number one, because he's not bright enough to do so, and number two, they should be complex. So because of that, I'm gonna assume that he has a lawyer and he has an accountant. It's their fucking job to protect his money, not his. Nobody's gonna let that motherfucker control the promotion. It's just not gonna happen.
All right, whatever. Okay, the second thing the caller said, the caller said that Bud said that he said that they gave him everything he wanted. Now, how y'all not gonna correct that man on that? When what interview did Bud say that PBC and Showtime gave him everything he wanted and didn't take?
I don't remember. I don't recall the caller saying that.
That's what he get. That's what he said. You just let it slide on through, Greg. And
Terrence, I let stuff that you say slide too. I can't get on everybody.
I don't say nothing. So now you got all these people out there thinking that Bud actually said that agreed that they gave him anything he wanted. He just turned down the fight. Okay. And then, by the way, why are they giving this man? And he said the other caller said that Bud is scared of him because Ugas, a guy that Errol was favored plus 1,000 on the books. That was almost as Bud was only plus 800 with Avenija. So Spence was more favored over Ugas, pillow-fisted Ugas, than he was over than Bud was over David Avenija. So what are y'all talking about?
That's because Spence is a monster.
What type of credit should he be getting for Ugas who lost 5 fights? Huh? I'm confused.
That's just because he's a monster. That's just because Errol Spence is a monster.
Bud would be plus 900 against Ugas if they fought. What are y'all? So that's not even 50-50. That's not 50-50. Bud would be a heavy favorite against him. Right now.
Okay.
So I'm saying the caller was saying that Bud was scared because Errol beat Ugas. Big deal. Bud is scared because he beat Ugas. Why? What is he talking about?
It's because of he's just talking about Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying y'all didn't correct that.
Finally, what is there to correct? All the man was saying is that the damage that he saw inflicted, he didn't want. To me, it's not about matching up against Ugas. It's about seeing what kind of damage the man did to Ugas. That's it.
What did Bud's sister say? He was a punching bag. You say Bud is a punching bag? Has any fight where y'all say Bud just gonna be a punching bag, standing there getting punched on, beat up on, like an episode of Martin? Come on, y'all ain't never seen that.
Can I ask you a question? Is David Avenija in a punching bag?
I don't know, man. Look.
What you mean you don't know?
He got $5,000 for that fight. He told Earl he wanted to fight the end of that year. They wasn't doing it, so he took that $5 million, bro. He got that bag. What y'all want him to do? He'll be waiting right now for Errol. If Bud didn't take that fight, he would still be in the same predicament Earl is. No fight and just sitting around. Come on, he can't do that. Why is Errol sitting around? Bud's not going to sit around like that.
Amir Khan, Jeff Horn, and a slew of other fighters. A one-legged fighter who had got shot in the leg in Benavidez. And I would say that he's fought more punching bags than Errol Spence. I just wanted to make that comment. But go ahead, bro.
147 too.
Okay, finally, getting away from the Bud thing. I want to talk about Mayweather, man. There's not PVC in last night, bro. This is all Mayweather. Mayweather is set because his promotion. You know that his promotional company, I think, was the lead. One day the lead last night.
They should have been.
Mayweather
They
Promotions.
should have been.
So they set this whole thing up where he wants Rolly to fight Garcia, just to get a payday. So let's not blame Weeks. Let's blame the real culprit, which is Mayweather. Man, Mayweather is a holdup in everything, bro. He was a holdup in the Crawford fight when he said the fight ain't happening. Y'all do not give Mayweather enough credit here. He's just ruining boxing, and y'all just letting him do it. He sat there and he once this fight was Rolly got his, you know what, beat by this dude that I mean, I don't even know how to describe him. He got beat up, but yet Mayweather made sure that his fighter was moving on to fight this fight with Garcia for money. Anybody's going to disagree with that?
Terrence, I got a question for you. I mean, you've said you blamed everybody now for the fight not happening. You blame EJ, you blame Al. Now it's Mayweather's fault. I mean,
yes.
Everybody. Does Crawford?
Everyone but Bud.
Yeah, Crawford has absolutely no culpability whatsoever. Is what you're saying?
Bud ready for the smoke. I keep telling everybody in every channel, give him $15 million guaranteed. Give him a percentage of the pay-per-view and the fight happens.
Yeah, of course it happens because he's not worth $15 million. He's worth $2 million. Of course, if you give him 7 times what he's worth, he's gonna take the fight.
Greg, come on. You give Errol 25, give Bud 15. They got the money, bro. Why y'all? I'm confused.
It's about it's gotta be worth it, bro.
The fight happens. Stop playing with this 20, 30, 65, 35 split when y'all know it ain't gonna happen because y'all trying to steal that man money on the back end. He ain't stupid. It's 35% going to turn to 12%.
I would argue otherwise, but go ahead.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all know that the fight would happen. So why don't y'all push for PBC, Showtime, and Earl to give him the $15 million and get the fight on? Stop playing games with this 65, 30. No, y'all don't. They don't do that to nobody else. It's just Bud. Why is Bud the only person that y'all doing this to? And by the way, Errol don't have nowhere to go. He can't fight. He cannot fight freaking what's that?
So let me ask you a question. So how many sales do you think they would end up doing? Terence Crawford and Errol Spence.
Oh man, I'm thinking 1.5 starters.
You are high on what?
1.5?
Nobody knows Terence Crawford.
No, Greg. He set himself up for this one. So, Terrence, you said it was going to do 1.5 million. So it's going to do more than the Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight.
Absolutely.
No, it won't.
So tell me, no, Greg, follow this now. So, would he accept the same contract that Ryan accepted as far as payment?
No, he ain't accepting that, bro. No, why would he? Okay, you compare Ryan and Bud. Is there a comparison there?
Right?
Hold on. Yeah, I know where you're going. Hold up, Terrence. Terrence, hold up. They both accepted, what was it, Jay? $2 million a piece or something like that?
Yeah, 2 or 5, something like that.
Okay, so let's pause right there. Let's throw Ryan Garcia out of the mix. Let's just look at Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis has sold more pay-per-views than Terence Crawford in his career so far. And that's a fact. He took 2 or 5, whatever. Why should Terence Crawford get 15? Help me understand.
Greg, I love the way you just say that's a fact and then just gloss over it. When did Showtime report these numbers?
What does it matter when they should? Hold on. Okay, let's back up. Okay, let's back up. When did Terrence? I'm going off the unofficial.
61,000.
I'm
just trying to figure out what numbers we talking about. Showtime didn't report no numbers.
I'm going off the unofficial numbers, but if you make that the case, then I'll go with the unofficial numbers for the Crawford versus Porter fight as well, because that was actually low. So if we're going to play that game, because we're looking at the unofficial numbers that people have gotten, and we're using that. So if you don't want to use that, then I don't know what to tell you.
All I know
the fact I'll put it to you like this then. Let me ask you this. No. We're not getting off this topic. Let me ask you this. Who do you feel brings more people out has a bigger buzz around their fight, excluding the Ryan Garcia fight. Think about the tank fights in Washington, D.C., and the people that were in the crowd, and the gate that was gross. Because the gate, we know the gates. Think about that. Think about what Terence Crawford has done.
Greg, I get what you're saying with the gate, but was that reported to the commission? Did you see? That's the numbers I go by. The gate that's reported to the commission, how much money that they said they made. That's
okay.
Did you get it from there? If you didn't get it from there, I don't believe it until I see it, that number reported to the state where the taxes are going to be paid. And you can still say it was gross all of this, but then the numbers might be different when it goes to actually the state. When they're telling the state, they're telling us, "Oh, they did all of this," but then when they report to the state, they did a lot less. So, are these numbers from the state that they reported?
Yeah, these numbers are from the state, Terence.
Okay. I agree with them.
Gervonta Davis is a bigger draw than Terence Crawford. It's undeniable. We all know this. It's not even close. So let's not play these games. It's not even close. And he accepted 2 or 5 or whatever it was. Why can't Terence Crawford do the same?
First of all, Bud he's not signed with Al Hammond, right? That's the first thing. Bud is just a free agent. He's not signed, so he don't have to do the same thing Tank does. Tank can't go nowhere else. He's stuck.
So can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. So you're saying because he's not signed with PBC or Al Hammond, he doesn't have to do the same thing. So then don't complain. Hold on. Don't complain then about no guarantee, because they don't have to provide a guarantee like they do for their other fighters because he's not signed with PBC. Got him again. Got him again.
Greg, you're right. But I thought that's what y'all said. Y'all man wanted to fight. He wanted to be undisputed. I thought y'all said that's what Earl. He's been waiting for Bud.
What does that have to do?
I thought that's what he wanted. That's all he wanted. He got the shirt.
So what?
He had the shirt and everything. So can he tell his man, Al, hey, listen, I've done all of this for you. Everything y'all asked me to do. Give the damn man the $15 million so I can get the fight going. Why y'all ain't going to put that on Earl? He wants it so bad.
Listen. So here's my thing. PBC, Showtime, here's what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. They're going to look at the past performances of Terence Crawford, right? They're going to look at the past performances of Errol Spence, right? And they're going to understand what they believe, or they're going to run it through a model. They're going to project what they believe the pay-per-view buys are going to be based off of a specific buy rate, right? That's how they're going to project their numbers, right? Yeah. Right? And so when you get into situations like that, it doesn't matter what was reported here or there. Terence Crawford has to come with the actual factual numbers that he's actually done in a fight. So what it suggests to me is they cannot give him give Terence Crawford $15 million, get Errol Spence $25 million, because they don't believe that they'll recoup their money. Do you know at $84.99, the same thing that they charged for Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, that would be $42 million. If they gave Errol 25 and give Terence 15, that's $40 million. So you got a $2 million budget, plus you still got to pay the cable provider. You still got to pay the distributor. You still got to do all the promotion and the marketing. You can't provide them with that kind of money at even if they did 500,000 pay-per-view buys, which would be a success. You wouldn't be able to pay them that level of dollars. It doesn't make sense. What Terence Crawford needs to do is bet on himself, which he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to do it with PBC. And you're using it as an excuse, talking about he's not signed with PBC, because he didn't do the shit with Bob Arm and Top Rank. He wasn't signed with them either. He doesn't want to bet on himself. He just wants guaranteed money, period.
No risk.
Okay. So you're saying this fight won't do 500,000 buys, Greg. Is that what you're saying?
I think it's. Remember, I don't know what it'll do. I don't know what it'll do.
They're going to be charging a fortune for those seats up front. The gate money's going to be crazy in this fight. Everybody's going to want to see this fight, man. The gate money's going to be
Terence, let me ask you this. I'm going to flip that question back to you.
Yeah.
If PBC was so confident that this fight would do 1.5 million buys, 1.5 million buys. I love taking out my calculator because I'm a finance and accounting professional. That is $127 million. If Showtime and PBC and everybody involved with this fight believed that it would do 1.5 million, this fight would be done. They would give him the guarantee and it would be done. They don't believe it's going to sell like that, bro. They don't.
Somebody duck it. That's what I'm saying. Somebody duck it. That's what I'm saying. That's the only way this doesn't happen is somewhere.
You got ducking out of that?
Somebody ducking, bro. That's all I'm saying. The fight, but like I keep telling, the fight's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen. They ain't turning down this money. They keep prolonging it. I don't know what the hell they prolonging it for. But the fight, they try. Maybe they trying to
a backdoor deal.
but it ain't gonna happen. Bud's still gonna win the fight. But I'm just saying, they're trying. I'm telling you, the fight's happening. This upcoming July is happening. It's gotta happen because neither one of them got anywhere to go. They gotta fight. They're gonna get this money. Watch, y'all gonna see this make this money. This fight's gonna make so much money, bro. It's gonna make way more money than y'all think.
Well, it's gonna make apparently it's gonna make way more money than it's gonna make way more money than Al Heyman thinks too. I guess according to you, because obviously they don't think so.
Al Heyman, he ain't letting the fight go to nobody. Why you think he's saying that? Brad came to the table with 50 mil. He said that ain't enough. Why shortchange yourself? And he's right because he know the fight gonna make more than that. So go ahead.
So Terence, which one the fight will make more money when? Last year if they had fought in November or December, or now?
Look, there's a lot of people now, right? Well, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. Because a lot of people are pissed off at this point, bro. I don't know. But it's still going to, once the fight is signed, that's the thing. A lot of people are discouraged now because many times this fight was supposed to happen and it didn't happen. But once it's signed and those posters go up, watch, y'all see. It'll be a whole different story because everybody's going to get excited again.
We'll see. Terence, anything else you want to share with the people, man? Because we got to go ahead and wrap it up. I got to go get to my wife.
Enough people. Thanks for having me, guys. Happy Mother's Day, Father, Mother. Thank you. And see y'all next week, brother.
All right,
yeah,
man,
television. Tell him, man, stop ducking, bro. I don't see him on here. Did I scare him off your show, man?
No,
but anyway, if he comes back, tell him I'm ready for the smoke.
Tunnel vision, man. All right, man. Later.
All right. Take care, guys. Later.
All right, man. That was our boy, Best Videos, Terence, calling in to defend his boy, Terence. Defend his namesake unsuccessfully. Unsuccessfully. Yeah. All right, Jay, so that's going to wrap up the show, guys. I got to go and treat the wifey out, but I see tunnel vision. I see. Hey, guys, again, thank you guys for joining the show. Next week, we should be having a show. I'm going to be live from Florida next week as we try to get this show on the road. So, yeah, this week, be on the lookout for more content, of course. You know, it's the Angry Man Podcast. That's what we do. We produce content. Again, if you haven't had the opportunity, please hit the like button. Consider becoming a member. That's the way that we support the channel and bring you guys this great content. I see my boy Chicken Talk in the building. Does he talk about actual boxing or just Terence Crawford? Every once in a while, he'll talk about something different. But yeah, guys, you guys, I appreciate you guys for coming out and being a part of the show. And thank all the callers that called in. Jay, anyone specific you want to call in? I know we had some people that, gave to the channel. Yeah. I know you always write that stuff down. And then Sean T became a member today. So I greatly appreciate that, Sean T. Thank you.
Yeah, Jackie Hernandez, Aaron Muhammad, and King Snoop. Appreciate y'all donations to the channel. Also, y'all go check out T-Word, the Mike Check podcast. After
Absolutely.
This. They're going to be continuing with the boxing dialogue there.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, man. Until next week, we'll be talking to you guys soon. You'll be seeing content from us this week. Peace.
Peace.